Okay, welcome, welcome. Let's see, what do we got? Which one is that? That's a different. Okay, close that. I'm looking at windows that I have open on this computer. I figured out what the problem was over the weekend with the ABS system. Not done yet, unfortunately. All that work on the ABS system, and I'm not done yet. It's still throwing a code. I've done so much work on that system. Probably didn't need to do a lot of the stuff that I've done too. Replacing the master cylinder and all that stuff. Man, you know, it just sucks getting through this type of troubleshooting. And then people that are around here have the audacity to tell me, why don't you just take it to a mechanic and have them do it? And it's like, because this would have been the 5th trip to the mechanic and the 15th thing that they tried, and it still would be broken. I think there's a progression of things failing, and I don't think I needed... Well, at this point, I don't think I needed to replace the wheel speed sensors. I think one of them might have been bad. I had a bad wheel speed sensor. I don't think this pump was bad. This pump that I've got here on the desk, I don't think that was bad. I think maybe it might have been seized, but I think when I was testing the system, I broke the MOSFET inside of the thing. And so replacing the pump was one step in that. Troubleshooting it a little bit more. I probably should have put 12 volts on the pump and realized that the pump still worked. Because that means I wouldn't have had to put air into the system where the pump is. But now it all works. I replaced the MOSFET inside of that control module that we looked at. I haven't glued it back together yet because I'm waiting until I've got everything figured out before I glue it back together and call it done for now. And then the final thing, because I don't know if the MOSFET that I put in there is going to work. I don't know if that MOSFET's going to handle it. I think it does okay, but I'm not sure. I'm a little worried about it. In the end, though, I think maybe some of the sensors have gone bad. Yeah, you know that cluster in the upper right? Here, I'll open the pictures on camera. Where is it? Well, I tweeted them too. But yeah, the, of all the things, right? Of all the things, it's here. Open in browser. Yeah, pull that over here. Pull that over there. Go to this one. Oh wait, that's... Well, that should be an image. I don't know. Oh, I need to tell it the captures again. That's right, because I updated. Yeah, it's the wrong one. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so this is the picture of my control module, and this cluster right here. Oh, is Chatty? Chatty's not open. Hold on. Chatterino, rather. Chatterino. There we go. So yeah, this right here. Here, wait, let me prime the... Okay, cool. This cluster of devices right here, this is 2 MOSFETs, and it's basically your motor driver. So there's a high side, which is this one in here, and a low side, which is this one down here. And I did in a comprehensive set, I did a whole like worksheet for testing whether or not MOSFETs are dead. And the potential difference that I got here, I closed the document with the circuit in it. Maybe it's still in the Discord. Hold on. Yeah, here's what I got with my test. This is the smoking gun. With these 2 MOSFETs, you've got a high side and a low side driver. And I did a bunch of testing and determined that they are the same MOSFET. It's not a P channel and an N channel. The difference between a MOSFET and a transistor is that they're field driven. So it's a field effect instead of a current that goes through. I have to actually review all the specifics, but the big advantage of the MOSFET is that it switches off very hard. with very little stuff going on, but you can also give it like a high voltage on the base, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I don't know quite precisely. I'd have to do a little bit of reading before I'm confident about that. But there's two feedback lines, right? And those two feedback lines are actually this wire right here and then this wire right here that shares another wire, right? So this is a feedback and then this is a feedback. It wraps around and goes to the common over there that goes to the motor. So you have 0 volts and 12 volts on either end of this, and when both of these switch, the motor turns on. It's not an H bridge, it's an I bridge, I guess. I don't know why they would do that, why they would put 2 MOSFETs to the task of that, but you've got a feedback line on either end of the motor, and I guess it looks just for a specific condition before it starts up. The only problem is, if it sees a fail condition, it doesn't let you know. It throws the same code if the motor's broken as if they just get a bad feedback line. So it'd be nice for them to give you a little bit more information like, hey, I have 9 volts across my feedback line, or I have 2 volts leaking into this thing is basically what's going on. Basically, the high side MOSFET soft failed, which means that I only saw a potential difference of 9 volts here. I guess that must mean the low side was conducting to ground. Why was I able to get a difference of 9 volts there? That's weird. And I got a difference of 2 volts here. By the way, same potential difference between both of the feedback pins because the motor, when it's not spinning, is just a big, long wire. So yeah, I got just about the same voltages, and this is 2 point something and 9 point something, which adds up to 12. But there was one of these was leaking, and I said it's the high side. So I replaced the high side MOSFET. Now, that doesn't, it might be possible that the low side MOSFET is also failed, and maybe that's why I'm still getting errors. But that solved the ABS and dynamic stability control errors in the car when I put this FET in. This is an IRF Z40. Hold on, what kind of MOSFET did I put in? It was an IRF 740. It's a pretty generic switching MOSFET rather. It's got pretty generic specifications, but 10 amps, I got about 4 amps at a stall, 5 amps at a stall. Well, no, 5 amps continuous, higher than that at a stall, but this thing supposedly can handle it, right? So it can handle all that stuff. Maybe. It was cutting it a little close on the specifications, but I put it on a quartz pad. So I did thermal tape, quartz pad, thermal tape, just so it wouldn't, so that the center pin didn't short out to the heatsink. I would have liked to just screw it directly to the quartz pad, but there's some electronics behind this pad, this aluminum pad, so I didn't want to like thread it or anything like that. IRF 640N? No, it's 740. 740, just about as iconic. I just happen to have some in a bin. Oh, I didn't buy anything. I found it in a drawer. What's up, Yonkers? Yeah, no, I decided to fix this on Sunday before I had a LAN party on Monday. So, driving to the LAN party, everything seemed to work just fine. Yeah. Hold on. I guess these are so popular that they have fakes all over the place. Even with the legit one, it is pushing it. It's pushing it for the amount of current. This thing should have decent heat sinking, but it's in a hot. It's in a very hot location. Here's what the fix looked like. Hold on, let me find the Discord and open it up. Open up the Discord. Open in browser. Here's what the fix looked like. It was a little bit Bush League. I don't think I kind of tightened these up with tweezers, so they shouldn't contact one another. This thing doesn't get near soldering temperatures. It does get very hot in there, but this is what the fix ended up looking like. All the little dusty plastic stuff is just in the gel. It's not interfering with the electronics. And then this solder bridge, this solder pad right here. Wait, I gotta look at this and I gotta see my OBS window to show this. Yeah, this solder pad right here, that is a cold solder pad. There is no way that I can get anything to stick there. I tried using my special super chemical awful flux, the stuff that makes stainless steel brazing possible with silver solder, it didn't work. I guess I do have some silver solder. Maybe I can try that if it becomes an issue. But the cold solder joint, I think, is enough for now that it will continue to be connected. It's not my proudest work right here. But that gel is very difficult to work with. You need to kind of cut around it with a sharp knife, and then you need to coax it into peeling off. It's like a rubbery adhesive, but it's also kind of a gel, so it kind of like sticks to itself a little too much, and it makes it very difficult to sort of dredge out the area that you're working in. I thought I'd use this gold pad right here, but it turns out these gold pads do not like to have anything stick to them. I think those are ultrasonic welded, and then any larger connections are done with adhesive conductive glue, which I don't have. I don't have conductive glue on hand. But my hope is that this will just work for a long time. I still need to determine whether or not the low side driver is functional. And if it isn't, then I need to take another MOSFET, and I probably need to put both of them up here and use wire to go all the way around. And I'll have to do something to keep the wire down, because I don't want the wire to move at all once I close the lid on this thing. What a pain in the ass this whole thing has been. There's still a problem though. There's still, when I reach somewhere around 30 miles an hour, I think the computer sees something wrong with the wheel speed sensors, and it deactivates stability control. Anti-lock brakes still work. So stability control's out, anti-lock brakes still work. And I think that's a speed sensor. I think maybe I still have troubles. If I'm correct, it's gonna be the driver's side wheel speed sensor is gonna be throwing an error, and it probably means that I just need to take a wire brush and just clean it off and then put the sensor back in. It could be the pressure sensor though. What's up? Nothing's working. It could be the pressure sensor still though, because at slow speeds, like pulling up to a stoplight, if I put a little bit too much force into the brakes, I feel the ABS kicking in. And that was something that was happening when I first bought the car, which is where the ABS would kick in at like very low speeds. So that's usually indicative of a failing wheel speed sensor though. I don't know, but it could think that I'm totally fucking slamming on the brakes. That could be a thing that's happening. This new version of OBS has much larger fonts on everything, and so my stuff doesn't quite fit the same. This is where the song gets really distracting, right? Hold on. No, less lyrics. Less lyrics. That's like the end of the mix. I'm pausing this one. We're going to volume 2. Hopefully that's a little less distracting. So yeah, this is my big weekend. This is my big weekend. Why is 558 pixel sticking up in the... What the heck? Why do you say 558px? What is that? This is new. There's that one. What is this? Oh, I see. It's just showing me the size of the windows. Oh, this is a new thing with OBS. Look at this. So they've got like a crosshair that tells you the position of things. 68, 740. Oh, that's weird. How do I deselect everything? That's really distracting. I can't. There's just always something selected. If I hit escape, nothing. Cool. I'll have to select the audio. There we go. If you select the audio, it goes away. Jeez. But yeah, this is what I found out. I did this whole worksheet here. Hold on, I'll open up the worksheet. Here's the test setup. That's the test setup. I had the power supply running 12 volts into the two inputs, and then I had test leads. I had the motor hooked up, and then I put test leads into the gel onto the parts of the MOSFET in order to test it and do. Where's the worksheet? I pasted it in here. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Did I not paste the worksheet in here? Wow, all that work. I could have sworn I pasted the worksheet into Discord. Huh. Oh yeah, there it is. This is a separate, yeah, here. This is the whole worksheet that I did, and I had to rearrange it because they were in weird orders that made it really confusing. But low voltage and high side and low side voltage from drain to source, 0.531 overload. So voltage-wise, they were fine. The replacement pump is not stuck. If it was, I managed to unstick it by putting 12 volts directly into it. If it wasn't, I mean, it might not have been. And also the old pump might not have been too, because I found out that one of the FETs was bad. Because it looks like this. There's a high side FET and a low side FET. And I got a lot of leakage out of the high side, and I replaced it, and I think I solved the problem. So, because the high side, the one on the right, 2 to 3 mega ohms, 2.9 mega ohms, 207 ohms from gate to source. Everything else looks to be kind of in spec. So there's not like a hugely smoking gun here, except for this right here, which was the voltage from gate to source when in ohms mode. Sorry, voltage, the ohms from gate to source in ohms mode with the multimeter. What's up, Lolin? How you do? Ah, lyrics again. Hold on. What up, Pixie? No. That's better. Yeah, so it's like there wasn't a huge smoking gun. There was maybe a little bit more current when I tested the ABS module, which is this thing right here. And then I guess poking at it, it turns out probably one of these MOSFETs was bad, so I replaced it with a generic part. And then that fixed it, quote unquote. It basically made it a different error come up, which I think is related to some other part of the car. This is like one of the most annoying things with my generation of car to troubleshoot is the anti-lock brake problems, because it is an amalgamation of like every sensor that the car has, all in one module. So luckily this thing was easy to pull out and you know, put on the healing bench for a little bit. But man, that was annoying. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I'm back. I'm back. I had a weekend. We did a LAN party on Monday, an MLK Day LAN. We played a bunch of games that were basically just us doing jobs. We played Construction Simulator, the new one, which is okay. It was very clunky. Very, very clunky, that game. When we got it working, it was a lot of fun because we were just being weird. But it was, I don't know, there's some weird things about, like, of course, these simulator games, like the UI, you go to enter like the password for your the group session that you're joining, and you have to hit like G to enter a group session, and you enter your password, you hit enter, but you can't hit enter because that's not coded in as the OK, so you have to hit OK, and OK isn't assigned a button on the keyboard, you have to click it with a mouse. Like, it's just the UI all over the place. Simulators are really relaxing. Not really the way we play them. But then I convinced them to play SnowRunners. Klipsch R12SW just crapped out. There's a typical failure for those Klipsch. Let me look it up real quick. Because yeah, that's like an area of expertise of mine now. R12SW. But I convinced them to play SnowRunners. And so we played SnowRunners for a little bit, but it turns out you have to play the game a little bit to have sort of a collection of vehicles to select from. So we went to mods, but it turns out they're using their own sort of walled garden for mods. So in order to install the mods, you have to actually hit R to subscribe. You have to go in through their mod browser. You have to hit R to subscribe to their specific hold on, their very specific mod thing, right? It's in their UI. Find the mod, install it, then wait for it to download, click OK on it. We were having network troubles the whole time. The network was very slow. So it was just one of those things, right? We had a lot of trouble with that, and my friends were well, at least the one friend was kind of being a little bit of a dweeb about us not playing the game he suggested. So I was kind of annoyed. He was poo-pooing everything we were trying with him. Index C. You didn't have to go and do that, but you did. Index C. Thank you so much for subbing for 21 months. Huh? Oh. Awesome. Okay. Don't see. So there are common failures with these things, and I don't remember what the websites were where I looked them up. Klipsch is very, very good at making speakers, but they're not very good at making subwoofers. There are common fixes. How to fix your Klipsch subwoofer. Replacing amp available here. Some people replace the whole amp. Some people open them up and find specific parts of them that were wrong. Mine had a weird problem in it where I think some of the Scholastic broke away and vibration killed a trace that was like impossible to see if I wasn't ohming it out. But there's a more common fix to a lot of these, and you'll probably have to look around for what the repair is, because I don't know what generation your Klipsch subwoofer is. I ran into a lot of knowledge on how to repair these things, and there are certain parts of it that go wrong. In mine specifically, actually, this looks fairly familiar. It was this sort of extra circuit board that was sticking up right here that had to do with power regulation, and there were two resistors going up the side of that, and that's where the crack was. In addition to that, there was a circuit board that's a little bit close. This is very familiar. They're a little bit close to the transformer, and it looked like it got heat damage on it, so I replaced some of the parts in that. I don't know if it was the combination of both of those or just the one, but there are more common mode failures to these than just that. And they're very readily available online. If you need to look up all of the repair sites. Project 454 and Index C. Project 454, thank you so much for the 15 months. Veet Nukem, 1, 2, 3, 4, what is that, 500 bits? Hey, I appreciate that very much. I hope I can point you in the right direction. If you get down to the more specifics, obviously, I'm usually perusing the Discord. I might not reply immediately, but if it is about the Klipsch and you include like photos and stuff, I can definitely help you out there. Because yeah, it's really frustrating that like the way Klipsch makes these subwoofers. They put Scholastic on everything in order to sort of insulate it, but there are certain parts of their circuit that they've never updated that routinely fail. So there's some fellow who has his own like blog who does all the repairs to these Klipsches. This one looks a little bit more new than the one that he's expert in, but the same lessons apply. Yeah, like what is this? Yeah, it was forum posts. Power would not stay on, some burn commodos. So yeah, you just have to kind of peruse some forums and stuff. You might be able to find some information, but if you get that amp board out, get it out and just look around it, you might find something that's scorched. I'll likely just buy something else. You can also get your own amplifier board for it if you're really into that. Like, the sound out of my Klipsch is not bad. I quite enjoy it, but the design and the failure of it is just not acceptable. Was I on camera that whole time? Did I not show you what I was just looking at? I didn't show you at all what I was just looking at. All right, cool. Hold on. I have to pull up the old window now. Control-Shift-T. The whole time I've been looking at stuff. So yeah, the thing with my car now, I think that the problem with my car, like the warning light that I'm getting, is probably due to having a flat spot on the tire. I think that might be what's going on with that one. Very cool, Bother. Shut up. You shut the fuck up. Uh, so this I was looking at this stuff the whole time while I was talking to you about that. The stuff that I found in relation to the Klipsch speakers. There's a whole, I mean, I guess the community Klipsch audio technical restorations section. There's a lot of information in there, and I just came up with it with Google. So there's like what I was looking at here in these photos. What was it? These photos here. Did I show the MS painting that I did? Because I drew sunglasses on a guy. I don't even know if that was on camera. See, people have trouble with these boards that stand up because they get either heat damage or there's just something wrong, or they vibrate or they get heat into them. And I had two different boards that had, yeah, a couple burnouts away from a round tire. I don't know what to do, like to fix that. I maybe just need to buy a new tire. I hate to do that for one tire. I probably need a whole new set, but it's a little early still. I can switch to winters. With mine, my specific Klipsch amp, this board right here was my problem. This board right here was my problem. There were two resistors, and there was a slight redesign of the components on that board. There were two resistors here that were in line with one another, and I ohmed them out, and I found out that there was a broken trace between them. So all I had to do was scrape up the trace a little bit and then solder, and I was done. What's up, Complex Sweet? But again, that board was a problem, and then there was a component over here that looked like it had burnt out. It might have still worked, but I replaced it anyway. So, or no, was it this board? Whatever, it was either of these two. A lot of people have trouble with this board right here, but it all depends. I mean, it's like a bash audio thing, and then there's also like a power control board or something like that. But if you pop it open and you look inside, you might find obviously burnt stuff. Mine was a very tricksy problem indeed. It was right up my alley, actually. But that's how I fixed that. What else did we play on? Yeah, we had the LAN party this weekend, and so we also played. I mean, SnowRunners was super duper frustrating for my friends. They did not appreciate it very much. I guess they like Mud Runners a lot more, and we were able to more easily mod Mud Runners, especially with the Steam Workshop. You would expect a game that's so heavily like car dependent to, and this was like a point of contention. It should be able to handle mods better. Like if you have somebody who wants to use their modded car in your server, it should let you approve that, and then you all download that model. But the models were huge; they were like gigabytes, so it was a little crazy. I wish they would have been a little bit more patient with it, but they weren't. So we ended up then playing Viscera Cleanup Detail, and by the time we were done, Viscera Cleanup Detail takes a lot out of you. It's a tiring game. So we ended up playing that until early in the evening, and then we all did the old man thing and all went home. So, but yeah, that was a good time. We had a good time. Hold on, gotta get my windows. Gotta actually manage all the windows that I have open. There we go. This was fun but annoying. Yeah, it takes quite a bit out of you, doesn't it? It's a little bit crazy. We could use a new version for that one. It was fun to push it to its graphical limits though, turning everything up onto super duper high, and then we got into a map that might have been a little bit too big or maybe had a few too physics in it, and the game just freaked out, and so we were having a lot of network issues. Part of it is that my friend is like a wireless network. For some reason, his computer gets like blisteringly fast wireless. My computer, closer to the router, terrible. I don't know what it is. No Midnight Portal speedrun any percent? Nah. I think a puzzle game would have taken a lot out of us. Friend wanted us to play Red Dead, and I'm like, I'm not going to download 110 gigabytes right now. I'm just not doing it. Unless it's on hyper sale, I'm not doing it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't understand. My network here should be faster, and it's not. Are there other Wi-Fi close by? His computer, sitting not further than that mill, got like 200 Mbps or whatever, and I was getting like 40. And that is a typical speed here. I get like 80 or something here, and I should be getting a lot faster within the network. And I don't know what the deal is. I think I think maybe I need to go into the router and really take a look at some of the settings. Because I think I imported settings from my old router to the new router. So it might be that in my little walled garden that I have of networking, I have old settings in there and it's not enabling something that allows it to go a lot faster. Because I've had a lot of trouble. If I run the microwave, you can't watch something through the Fire Stick on the TV. So there's a problem. There's a problem. I know they're the same frequency and the microwave is like right above where I have all my antennae, but it should be faster. It should be a lot faster. Something is wrong with my network here. And it's passable. That's the problem. It's one of these problems that's passable. It's like, when am I going to find time to work on it? Because it sort of works. I don't know what to do. Done a lot of troubleshooting when getting my ping down for GeForce Now gaming. Very ping sensitive. But a simple channel change made the biggest difference. I'm running on like the higher channels because nobody else thinks to do that around here. So I've bumped the channels way up. Yeah, the available channels. We're separate from what, because this is a kind of a dense neighborhood. So I can see a lot of networks from here. And they're all on the lower channels. I'm on the higher channels. So that is not a problem. Yep. I think my problem was importing settings from the old router to the new one. I wonder if it disabled some stuff that the old router did. Or sorry, that the new router does because it's old settings. Why did this light not turn on? Why? Why? All right, into the network we go. So I watched people play Finnish Army Simulator. Boy, oh boy, that pooping sound effect that they have in that game sounds like that guy's colon is a tennis ball cannon, which is not a phrase I thought I would ever say. But here we are. Bandwidth problems are very rare in my experience. I don't know how to help. That's a bit of the problem too. I wonder if it's that, like, my wiring, my all the wiring that I did to bring the network in here. I don't think so though. Hello? That works. Okay, so what about, well, those are bar rater. This, I think, is the only light that responds from the OBS, so maybe the OBS is not working. I updated OBS and I thought this worked, but WebSocket server port, enable authentication, sessions. I guess I can't show you guys this. Enable WebSocket server. Why? Okay. That didn't do it. My the thing that's allowing me to communicate to Node-RED is not working. I wonder what the automatic. No, I'm not going to do automatic scene switcher. Tools, WebSocket server. Show connect info. It appears that an output stream recording, etc., is currently active. Oh, it appears I'm streaming, so do you want to show your info? Server IP, best guess, server password. Look at all that information. I'm gonna drag that to a screen that I'm not gonna show. And then I'll close this. Connected WebSocket sessions, there's nothing. Okay, so that's why I need to go to Node-RED. Which one is Node-RED? Oh God, I forget the IP address. Well, that's easy enough. I think it's 148. No, I think that's a different one. Hold on, I'm just gonna look at the face light settings, configuration, configure, what is it, MQTT. Yeah, 148. Okay, 192.168.2.148. Node red. Yeah, there it is. Why didn't that come up when I typed node? All right. You guys are like, what is he doing? What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to correct a couple things. I updated OBS, so obviously everything goes bad when you do that. And so there is a method by which I use a WebSocket, and there it is. Oh, it's got the wrong port. Yeah, that's what it is. We've got the wrong port. I'll make it the right port. Click done. Are still disconnected? Let's see. So I've got all the connection info. I've got the server port. I've got the IP address, which is correct. And then here is the password. It's Hunter2, by the way. The name, I don't think I need. I think it needs a password. But there's nowhere for me to give the WebSocket a password. Oh yeah, I didn't deploy the changes. Let me try deploying the changes. Oh, there it is. Now it's connected. Okay, there we go. I didn't need to give it a password at all. Cool. Okay. So now if I go here. Okay. All right. Who's the Joker? Who's the fucking Joker? Why isn't that? Hey, turn on the fucking light. All right. Let's see. Stand light. Toggle. Node red is connected and the relay works. And then the JSON is not happy with whatever the hell it's getting from OBS. So it's something new. Yeah, I know. This isn't really important settings. It's like the plugins went all weird. I shouldn't have gone to the latest version without waiting a little bit first. But what it did is I guess it changed some of the WebSocket plugin settings for some reason. And now I don't know what it's doing. What's the difference between the two focus face buttons on your Stream Deck? One focuses closer, one focuses further away. That's all. You can do focus by increment. And so that's all. That's also how I focus burn the subs, and it's how I focus the camera that's right in front of my face here. Pain, yeah. Never update anything. I know, right? the chance that somebody's gonna screw around with my setup versus. So it's looking for JSON begin transition contains the word spring arm. And it turns it on or off. If it contains spring arm or micro, it turns it on. Otherwise, it turns it off. Did it change what contains mean? I think maybe the return changed. I guess I guess I can show you guys this. God, the new OBS changed their font size, and so everything is tough to like get to. I just have to get used to it. I need to get gamer memory. This is part of the what do you call it? Part of the camera system. Part of setting up my cameras. Probably need to look at this code again because it seems like it's not quite doing the trick for some of them. But anyway, JSON begin transition contains spring arm on or off, and that's contains spring arm or micro. Turns it on, turns it off, sends the message to the stand light. So this probably still works. This might not. Problem is that the scenes that I have anything that contains, so only spring arm and micro spring arm should trigger it. Spring arm face, spring arm micro, those should all contain it as well, right? If it contains micro, turn it off. Don't turn it on. So I don't know what it does for this one. But it's not doing anything for any of them. I don't want to have to make a giant, like, weird, what do you call it? Like a weird 600 condition statement for it, you know? But I guess the problem is I don't know what OBS is sending to this. Oh, I don't want to have to put a test thing on it. I guess I can. This is weird music. All right, so let's do... Flow 1, subflows, empty, flow 1, shop light, blah, 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 blah. Get stream deck device, message require parameters. This is a lot of stuff. I don't know what this is. Hold on a minute, this is too much. Get out of here. Ah, yeah, no problem. Payload, target type message, status type auto. Debug. How do I view the debug? What do I do again for this? Deactivated, activated. Where's the, oh, bug. Here we go. That's what I have to do. There. And then I go back to here. Nothing happened. Where's my debug? Alexa error not created. I don't care about that. Shut up! I didn't say your name. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Alexa, stop. Stop. Jeez. Fucking can't say that name in here. How do I do stuff? What's wrong with me? Shouldn't this come up as a, Should I be getting something on this? Debug window. Maybe it's that I'm not getting anything. Maybe this just doesn't work, even though it says connected. Like, that's fine. And then what's it doing? We're pulling out the JSON. Convert between JSON and string objects. Message.payload. Maybe if I get it over here. Let's begin transition. Let's go over here and see what we get. Okay. There. Back to there. Nothing? Hello? So am I not getting anything from the WebSocket in OBS? All right, let me see. Yeah, the tools changed a little bit. The tools went to a different port. Enable WebSocket server. I didn't enable debug logging. Server port. Enable authentication. Should I not enable authentication? Wait, but there it is. Identified, no. Oh, okay. Name, Node Red. I know. Updates are very scary to streamers. Zero messages in and out. See, identified, it just says X. There's the session duration. We got the remote address. I mean, it seems like it got it. I could kick it, but I don't need to kick it. I just need to see. Should I be listening or should I be connecting? Maybe I should be listening. Oh no, all the IPs and ports are totally fine. That's actually fine. All right. I need my auto lights. Let's see. See, it's like set scene, but I'm just looking at what scene I'm on, which is what the transition, I guess, is. Begin transition. We could change that to a different different payload, but we're not getting. All right, let's look a little further up. Don't pay attention to that. And then I switch scenes and nothing happens. So do scenes no longer switch, or maybe my tool is out of out of date, because this does say that it's not identified and it's not sending it messages. I don't know how to tell this to send it any different messages, and maybe it needs to log in, but I don't know why it's not identified either. OBS WebSocket server, no messages. It's gonna be like, the new version doesn't allow messages to be sent. 2019. Trying to make a new Hello World class. No! I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not, but in the version 4.6.1, the server doesn't receive the stream key the way used to in the version 4.5.1. I'm not worried about the stream key. Ugh. This is Lebastion. No. I might have to update binaries for OBS Studio. Studio, blah, blah, blah. Highly recommended to keep your OBS WebSocket protected with a password. Blah, blah. WebSocket port value, blah, 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 blah. Possible use cases. Yeah, that's exactly, I do that kind of stuff. Python, code contributors, financial contributors. All right, I don't know if this is it or not. I think maybe the old version isn't quite meshing. Maybe. Oops. I don't know. I'm actually kind of lost here because we're not getting anything from the WebSocket. What if we do that? No. No, I guess we're just connecting to the URL. There's no way around it. Tools, WebSocket server settings, 4455, and then this is 2246. How's progress with burn the subs? I would like to work on it, but I'm busy trying to fix my my lighting. My lighting stopped communicating, and we've run into kind of the end of my knowledge of how to get this stuff to mesh with one another. I'll have to ask LebTV Live if he has time. He's the expert on all this stuff, and it might be that I haven't updated the WebSocket server in OBS, which might require me to restart. I didn't know this would be broken, but yeah. What happens here? What's going on? Well, okay. So what's happening here is that I have a Node-RED flow, right? And the Node-RED flow works with an OBS WebSocket plugin. So when the Node-RED, when I flip scenes in OBS, which is why I went from this view back to this view, is because I was testing to see whether or not Although then again, this one doesn't have programming in it, but like when I go to this view, this light should turn on. And so when I go to the face cam, this light should turn off. That's what I've been controlling with Node-RED. That's sort of the part of the OBS control with Node-RED. The other part of that is, of course, I'm controlling stuff with the camera settings so that I can run macros that get my camera to automatically get into the right settings. I should probably put those fully into Node-RED, assuming I can get WebSockets to properly work. Because WebSockets allow you to control stuff in OBS, and for me, they allow me to see what scene I'm in and then control physical stuff in the real world. That's sort of been, Node-RED has sort of been the middleman in all of this. And I would like to actually turn Node-RED into the middleman of receiving, of getting onto the Twitch API and then receiving subscriber info. How am I doing today? I'm pretty good. You know what? I actually slept for once. I actually got good sleep. I didn't go totally crazy and accidentally be up until the middle of the night. So I feel pretty good today. Took too many walks with the dog. I took her on an initial walk, and then I took her on, well, I got her back and she was all riled up and crazy. And she was like poking me with her nose and barking at me. And I'm like, all right, so it's way too early, but I'll take you on another walk. So I took her on another walk and she saw one of her friendos and got to run around with the other dog. She was a little too beansy, a little too full of beans. And it was tough to get her to recall, tough to get her to come back to me. So we got to work on that a little bit. But once I got her back, she basically just settled down on my shoes and is just asleep. While I'm streaming currently, the people in the house would prefer to have the window closed, or the door closed, so she can't come down here. I would like to change that in the near future, but we'll see how that goes, because then she'll come down here and just sleep next to me. So I can't show you guys right now, but you know, she's been a good girl, but she's been a little crazy. But anyway, so I've had plenty of physical activity today. I'm ready to sit in front of a desk. Semi-related to Node-RED, have you ever poked at anything with Laura? No, but I know Twisted Sister, I think, was looking into that a little bit. Somebody was. I'm trying to remember who. Remember, this is just the pre-stream. I'm still setting up. I'm having trouble with my Node-RED. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna actually kill the music so I can concentrate, because I gotta troubleshoot something that I barely know about right now. I'm gonna get rid of start soon. We're going to consider this part of the stream just because it's about time. I mean, it's like 1:30. I am unfortunately having a little bit of setup issues, as if nothing as if nothing of mine has ever broken before. God damn it. Everything's always breaking around here, and that's just a feature of having absolute control of everything that happens. I get my dirty engineer fingies into every single facet of a project, and I control everything, and I do everything myself, including the things that I half-ass. And those things that I half-ass crumble, and they fall around me. Or, in the case of what's happened today, I update something, and something that I stopped being an expert in a year or two ago breaks. So Node-RED and the integration of OBS with Node-RED in order to control my lights, something that I am a de facto expert in, except that I forgot everything about it. People say that engineers have forgotten more math than you'll ever know. It reigns a little bit true. I've forgotten more setup specifics than I think people who work in Hollywood have. Not really. A lot of the thing about studios and running a setup like this is that you buy things that work and you spend that extra money, and that extra money people think goes to waste. People like me thinks goes to waste, and it doesn't. What you're buying is the assurance that it will always work. But sometimes things happen, and you need to be a little malleable in order to work around it. You need to kind of wiggle your way around and make sure that you can make sure that your setup works. And so, I mean, push comes to shove, I can just turn this on and off when I need to. However, I would like to get it working, and it is right up our alley to do kind of like technical project stuff. So we might as well look into Node-RED a little bit. Huh? What? Oh, no, I don't know anything about what you've just typed. I don't know. The joys of being your own producer and set engineer. Yeah. It's a big house of cards, and most of it is held together with gaffer's tape and it will slowly crumble around me. You can just see by evidence of the tiles on the walls falling over, and the fact that I haven't fixed those in 2 months. I have to get a staple gun, and then I have to stand on my desk and staple them back onto the wall. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Anyway, so yes, the lights in here do work, but I have some automatic lights that I use to keep the setup looking good. If I just turn on the desk light and I just keep it on, it will forever be interfering with the face cam. And so in order to have a proper face camera, I have a thing that monitors what scene I'm in OBS. When I change scenes in OBS, the OBS is the broadcasting software that I use in order to encode and put all this wonderful, terrible video on the internet, right? All of my failures laid bare via this software. This software is what allows me to stream and record at the same time, and it does all the complex overlay stuff with the scenes. It's like the video toaster of streaming, but without Wesley Crusher promoting it. I forgot his real name. Why? Anyway, I know his real name. Anyway, so OBS has plugins available to it. I don't know if this specific plugin was from LebTV and he updated it. Yeah, that's right. Wesley Wheaton. It's not Wesley. No, it's Will Wheaton. What are you, Wesley Wheaton? Will Wheaton. You knocked the neurons free and all the dust fell off of them. Anyway, so anyway, the software that I'm using, the plugin, it might be from Leb, and I think he warned me about this. So I think maybe I need to update the plugin and everything will work again. What's happening here is I've got something running on a Raspberry Pi, and that thing has this way of programming it where you put flows in, and the flows it's basically flows using a message in JSON, and you pick apart stuff from that JSON in order to make things happen down the road. Now, this is how you actually automate a house. Instead of having like a silly voice activated thing, you can actually automate the behavior of something like a house if you have a bunch of physical like sensors and switches and stuff that then have complicated flows to them that actually, work everything properly. And I've wanted to do this with some stuff around here, like timing Christmas tree lights and stuff like that, because it's so much easier to open up one page and just edit all the parameters than to have to grab like a wall socket thing and then program it specifically. Anywho, you can also make it work with that. Yeah, you can make it work with that, but I haven't really cracked that egg because I think you have to like sign up for some kind of an account, and I didn't want to sign up for some kind of an account. So, but anyway, all that stuff aside, what happened was I updated OBS, and OBS is falling into a little bit of the America Online issue, maybe the Google issue too, where I guess they have a design team, and the design team has to justify their existence, and so they continue to make everything look rounder and softer and larger and simpler, and that doesn't really work with OBS, especially not with my setup, because I now have to scroll up and down in order to get to all of my scenes, which is not ideal for me. I can make this part larger, but it's just putting a band-aid on it because I need to be able to see my video window fully. They made the font too big, and I could probably change that in the settings, but it's just the fact that they did that kind of annoys me. But in addition to the update, they might have also broken the WebSockets. The JSON flows taking information from one area and spreading it and then sending stuff out on your network. That all works with the OBS WebSockets and my Tasmota lights. So there's something called MQTT where it sends out, I don't even know what these acronyms mean, by the way. Acronyms? What's wrong with me? I don't know what these acronyms mean. I don't care. It's all network bullshit. So anyway, the network bullshit gets information and then it sends stuff out to the other network bullshit, right? It goes out and it like to an HTTP address. It says on off, right? And then the light goes, yeah, all right, whatever. It turns it on or not. See, fucking nerds. Anyway, so it sends information out. That device, that physical device, gets the information, does whatever it says. So we know right now that, at least for now, that the thing that receives the information works, because when I toggle it manually, I set up some manual buttons that I can push to turn things on and off within Node-RED. So we know that my Raspberry Pi can send a message out to the network. It can, what is the HTTP send signal gesture? I guess it would be, because it's like a back and forth kind of thing. So it would be like a back and forth kind of thing, and then it sends the message out, right? So it does a little back and forth, and then it sends out that message. That's basically what MQTT is, right? That's how HTTP works. So yeah, Node-RED gets the prompt. It does it sends the message, right? And so then the socket responds and turns on the light. We know that works. That part works. The part that doesn't work is OBS. So I don't know what broke, and I think maybe it's the plugin that does the MQTT. Although it seems like it's under tools, and I don't think it's under scripts. Yeah, there's nothing under scripts. I'm looking at OBS right now. You guys can't see me doing it. But there's WebSocket server settings. But then I changed all the information in it, and it seems like there's no messages in and out. There was, well, actually, messages in and out. There's one. So what's going on here? All right. Setting off random farts. Oh, see, I can't just click the one at the bottom of the list anymore. Man. Authentication challenge. So maybe okay, hold on. I need to go to my face cam because that might have been an important inter-network authentication message. So, message payload string 191, authentication challenge, then a big complicated number, then a salt code, WebSocket version 510, OP0. So I don't really know what to do with that. I don't really know what to do with that. Because Node-RED's connected. Got a salt code. There's nothing else to it. I think maybe, yeah, path and value, let's see. Collapse paths, filter nodes. So I think maybe if I reinstall the WebSocket plugin, let me just quickly look up something on Discord, because I think maybe I was warned about this, and I think maybe I told Leb when I'd update. I didn't. I think maybe I failed. I failed horribly. My God, it's been a while since I think we've messaged. I don't know if I can see. The other problem is I don't know if I can fix this like right now, because I might need to restart. So there he is, dude. And then I scroll up a little bit more. Bar Raider stuff. Yeah, it looks like maybe there's a different status events, public events. This is not WebSocket though. This is a Node-RED for the MQTT broker. I don't think I need that. Let's see, hold on. Bar Raider backup. So this was last year. Cam control. Okay, so that's for the cameras. That's not for the Node-RED. That's not for MQTT, I don't think. Yeah, okay, so totally different stuff. So I don't know what the problem is then. I don't know what's wrong with my my ability to change stuff. I'm not getting anything here, but yet it says it's connected. And I've got a debug for authentication going on. Data received, message payload, socket can be configured to expect a properly formed JSON string. Okay, so parse the JSON. See, that's what we're doing. It's just that I guess the new OBS stuff will not work. So let's look up OBS WebSocket send scene. Oh, no message. How to send custom WebSockets to OBS? No, using WebSockets. Page 19. Surely there's going to be a lot of good information right there. And it's definitely from, oh, it's from 2021. Overlay false scene, overlay designer, overlay logo. Jesus. Do I need to send it something? Oops, switcher 1, camera 1, camera 2, scene 1, blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. No, this is not what the problem is. 2.3.0, what do I have? Tools, WebSocket server settings. I don't really have a version number on this. Session duration, messages in and out, identified, and then just kick, but what if I disable authentication? I don't know if that'll be relevant. Oh, I didn't enable this. String 59, zoom, that. Do I have more information? No, it's not sending anything. All right, well, I gotta figure this one out somehow. I guess for now, I'll just turn this thing off and on manually. I could just go into Node-RED and I can just say, hey, why don't you go ahead and just turn the stand light on. There it is. I can just manually flip the switch while we work on other stuff. It's also possible that I need to update this, and I don't think this is necessarily the right code. I don't know how to get any information about that. I don't want to look at log files with you guys here because my stream key might be part of that. Unfortunately. Here, let me go to the face cam. And I'll turn that. You can see how bad the video is with this thing on. I'll go to face cam and I'm going to look at the log files and just see what the hell's going on. Log files. View. Should I wait, view current log? View current log. All right, so WebSocket client, blah, 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 has disconnected with code 1000 and reason. New WebSocket client is connected from same address. WebSocket client has disconnected, blah, 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 blah. User switched scene, user switched scene. It doesn't, warning, EOI missing, emulating? Okay. Error DC. Programming. Missing, emulating, only face, blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of information in here about the scene switching and stuff, but it doesn't appear to be telling the WebSocket that any of this is happening. Like it basically, do I need to set it to subscribe to a certain message? Is that something that needs to happen? Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what's going on. It's not telling it that it needs a certain piece of information, because basically convert between JSON string and object is the next path in Node-RED. What's up, Lone Star? I'm having a little trouble today. Well, look what the cat dragged in. I updated OBS, and this new rounder, larger font version, the WebSocket stuff, for some reason, is not sending any information about what scene I'm in. Using MQTT, then you need to set up a publish and subscribe setting. So do I need to tell OBS? Oh, it is. So I just updated OBS. I don't know if I updated the WebSocket stuff. I had it all set up. It turns out the new OBS changed the server port. So I changed it to the right port. Now we know that it is not the actual like Tasmodus stuff, right? I can click this and I can toggle it on and off. I can toggle it. Oh yeah, I flipped the switch. Hold on. I can actually toggle it on and off with this thing, right? New OBS comes with WebSockets. Right. Yeah, it's WebSockets for OBS, and I'm trying to find the scene because that's where we toggle the MQTT to turn on and off the Tasmodus switch. But I have this flow right here, and for some reason, this is not connecting. It says it's connected, And I guess I looked in the logs, and OBS seems to think that it's also sees it, but it's not sending information about what scene I'm in. I don't know if that's a setting or something. What's up, Groovy? We'll get over this, and then we'll work on burn the subs. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Even if I enable authentication, it doesn't really work. Maybe I'm using like the wrong thing to trigger it. Maybe that updated. Been a while. Hey, Mark and Sutton, how you doing? I think I mod for with OBS changing to WebSocket 5.0. Oh, what's the difference? Yeah, see, I don't know what the deal is with what the hell. What is WebSocket? Let me look up WebSocket 5.0. Maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key to this. This would be to install different master leb. I already looked to see if leb warned me about this. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. What? So it was a Lebastion OBS WebSocket. Try that. Where's leb? Is this leb? Nope. Old Node-RED flow? Well, see, the problem is the old Node-RED. Must contain... No, not lay bastion. See, I feel like he probably sent me a link to it, but... There's also OBS project, OBS WebSocket, but I don't know if this is the right stuff. How do I check that? Yeah, I'm looking in the help. Under WebSocket server settings, I don't get a version anywhere. Lebastion 100. There it is. Thank you. Node-RED nodes for interfacing with OBS via WebSocket. So his probably work better. Usually pops up when he's summoned. He's probably doing something. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. All right. So 360p. I'm so many pixels. That's the wrong one. That's right, you got a new laptop. How do I import stuff again? How do I add stuff to my Node-RED? Wi-Fi 6 is no trouble. Yeah, I wonder if my old Wi-Fi is a problem. Palette. Node-RED, look at palette. Node-RED, contribute OBS. Manage palette. Ah, jeez. This is all very muddy in my head. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Node-RED, contrib OBS. WS. Oh yeah, I remembered it once once Markin said look at palette. that's when I sort of got what I was talking about. All right, so now we can put this new node in here, and hopefully it can connect to the newer OBS WebSocket stuff with a little authentication in there mixed in. God damn it. Nodes of null. Do I have to update Node-RED? Probably. How do I update? Okay, update Node-RED. Yeah, I gotta update Node-RED. How do I update you? apt-get. Should need to restart. Yeah, I mean, restarting I think is okay. All right, so. Can I do it from here? I don't think I can. Settings. No, none of that. Really? You guys don't have an update in there? I gotta go from command. Ah! God damn it. All right, so we're not deployed right now. Nor can I? Huh? Oh, maybe because I'm in help? No, that's not right. I wonder why I can't. Node-RED's on version 3. All right, let's get into command. So that would be putty. Where's putty? Oh, there it is. No, not putty. That's WinSCP, which is also an incredibly old version now. New version 5.9 was released. Upgrade it, please. I'm so far behind. Why do you want to download multiple files? I got so many windows going on right now. Okay, new session, and we want to go into the fridge pie because that's the one that also runs Node-RED. And then I want to go to the command. Yeah, I actually do want the command. It's been a while since I've been in here. Really? Oh, I didn't do any of the shell settings, did I? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this new interface. I like having just the direct console. I can probably make it do the direct console, but I guess this is okay. If it's not broke, don't update it. It's been working for so long, you know? I appreciate you guys helping me very much because there's a lot of cobwebs here. I haven't touched this stuff for years. And so I've dabbled in messing around with this stuff, but we've got to get back into this level of messing with Raspberry Pis and stuff for Burn the Subs. Today, what I wanted to do was just very simply put pieces of a milk carton behind the markings of this thing. So this is just a weird problem from me updating my software and having a little bit of trouble. So let's see, update Node-RED command line. I'm just going to look that up. There's no shame in looking stuff up. Update Node-RED command. Raspberry Pi. You want to use just use npm, whatever the fuck that is. Okay, great. I mean, it would be apt-get update upgrade, right? Sure, okay. npm. Oh, npm node-red. Ah, that's right, npm. Okay. Unsafe perm node-red is the Windows command. Install G. Wait. I know general update to the Pi might be good though. Oh, we're not doing a Windows command though. We're in the Raspberry Pi. Is that's not what I'm doing. No, node package manager. You're just npm. What if I do update? Is that going to do it? Or install G. I don't think I like that. Unless it's doing, I don't think I like that. No longer useful. Node package manager, huh? npm update node Raspberry Pi. See, update node.js and npm. And of course they start you with this, so might as well do that. I guess I'll sudo it. Sudo apt-get update. Ah, it really hates this. Oh, apt-get. God damn it. I hate this. Oh, you do a double and on that? I'm just gonna do sudo apt-get update first, and this might take a bit because it's been a matter of years since I've upgraded this device. I'm getting used to this. What is it? WinSCP, different way of using the console. This feels so disconnected to me. Having a command line up here instead of typing directly into the machine. I guess this is more true to form for what we're actually doing, because we're sending commands remotely to a device. So why no SSH? I thought this was SSH. Huh? I don't know. Shit. Makeotronics! Hey, Makeotronics, thank you for the 52 months. I really appreciate those 52 months. Some of y'all are keeping the lights on in here, and it shows. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm actually doing it, like actually interacting with the console. But then again, that's what we're doing when I'm using the console in WinSCP anyway, I guess. Oh, really? Why not just putty? I thought this was going to be putty. I opened the console. I guess I clicked the wrong thing. I should have opened this one, which is putty. That's what I thought I was using, but I was whatever. And yeah, that's what I figured. And lets you type 2 at once. Reading package lists. This is why programmers are never on task when you walk into the room, because there's always stuff you gotta just like wait for. You gotta fill that extra time. Well, thank you guys for the help. If you didn't know, if you guys haven't been around, last time we messed around with trying to put 2 USB ports onto one device, like one connection to the USB, to the 2 USB devices. You could flip from one to the other using a mux. We used an analog mux because that just happens to be what I had lying around. Turns out USB's a little too fast for the analog mux. I wasn't able to get up to enough volts so that it could actually instigate communications on the USB line. So that was a little bit of a bust. I ordered some chips that we can debug in order to try to get a USB switcher to work. It might turn out that I've actually got to just build a circuit board for it, which isn't all that much of an issue because it's so easy to do nowadays. So we might build a circuit board and I'll put 2 or like a couple 4-pin USB high-rows on it. Or sorry, a couple 4-pin high-rows connectors to do a USB 2.0 device switcher. And I don't know, we can just, you know, roll like that. I could make a circuit board or we could debug it. If I debug it, I guess that'll be okay. I don't know. We'll have to work on that a little bit when the parts come. Still waiting for the parts on that one. I got a bunch of connectors from DigiKey, but they're not all that useful. There's stuff on back order. I got all of the connectors for the modular synthesizer, and that we're going to build that circuit board with parts I have sitting around. So I want to throw into the works that a lot of people have been using streamer.bot to connect OBS directly to MQTT or anything else you can think of. I don't want to do it directly. I'm happy with the Node-RED flows because the Node-REDs allow me to get in there and manipulate what I'm doing with the information instead of just having it go directly from something. I find that having something that's not like a bespoke, like, hey, you can control MQTT devices from this thing, that opens it up. And I actually want to pull back a little bit more control too from that, why is this taking so long, by the way? Node-RED is just more fun. Streambot is super cool. See, what I want to do is get the bar rater tools out of there. Right now, the bar rater tools I'm using to send HTTPS requests, some of that can go to MQTT. I want all the, like a lot of the OBS stuff that it's doing to go to Node-RED. I would rather tell Node-RED that I want to initialize my cameras and have Node-RED able to do all of the camera initialization stuff. But we're stuck in Raspberry Pi update mode right now, just because I updated OBS and things broke. Nicandria, well, hello. It's been a while. I thought about asking if you were, how you were doing, but I figured you was busy. How's it going? We got a puppy, by the way. I don't know, you don't know that because you haven't been around for 10,000 years. Pulling a Rita Skeeter on me. Let's see. I gotta show the puppy. This one here. Hold on, I gotta again, here's where I use the bar rater apps, by the way. Focus closer. This little guy right here, she just graduated from puppy training school. I'm an old woman. Are you fucking kidding me? That is not even true at all. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look. Look at her. Anyway, her name is Willow. We got her a couple months ago. I've been, yeah, hanging out with her quite a bit. Blah. Boop the snoot. Yeah, she's awesome. But she's not going to be down here today. But in the future, especially at the end of February, she will be down here quite a bit. Hanging out with me and helping out with the stream. Looks cute, must be a handful. Anything that cute has to be. Okay, today, woke up, did belly rubs and all that stuff. Took her on her walk. We got back in. She was absolutely off the walls. Like totally crazy, crazy, crazy. We played a little bit and all that stuff, played with the ball. And she didn't settle down. And I came downstairs to start setting up for stream and everything. And she sat next to me and kind of grumbled a bunch. And then she started poking me with her nose and barking at me, which is something that I've very carefully tried to train her to indicate that she needs to go out. But we just got back in. So I take her out again. And we wander around, and she's being crazy, 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 trying to run everywhere. See, sometimes she just walks at a good pace. Sometimes she tries to run and is pulling at the harness and stuff. And she was kind of doing that. And then it turns out the neighbors next door were actually coming outside. And so the neighbors next door have a herding dog, and that herding dog actually plays with Willow. Willow's too much for there's a lot of dogs in the neighborhood, right? She knows every single one, but Willow's a little too much for that dog. She kind of needles away at the dog, and usually the other dogs are like, whoa, 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 you know, chill out. This dog, however, the one next door, is just, yeah, let's go, let's play, let's do this. Here's a toy. So we let the two dogs play a little bit, and we usually do that off leash in the neighborhood, and I'm able to call Willow and she'll come back. She would not do that today. She was a little too intense. Luckily, the other dog, of course, listened and came back, and my dog followed. The one way that I have to get her back is by running away and going puppy, 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 and clapping and stuff and being all crazy, and then she'll follow. She'll come for that. But she did a little bit, and then we were able to kind of box her in to the entrance to my neighbor's house, and I was able to get her back. But man, she's been precocious today. So Lita, what type of dog is Lita again? I think I remember. I think I do. I think I'm right in what kind of dog that is. Nope, that's the wrong one. Bernedoodle. Yeah, I think I remember that. I'm not sure if I remember that. Why is this taking so long? Hopefully they'd get along. I'm telling you, every other dog, she is too energetic for. She'll just kind of like go for the corner of the mouth over and over again, and it's like The other dog is like, I'm done. This is too much. Well, I didn't mean to get totally bogged down in my setup today, guys. I would like to do this update, but apt-get update, blah, 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 blah. Reading package lists. Oh, is it done? I guess it was done. I should have used the and command. Dumb. Yeah, I was saying earlier that what I wanted to do, what we're trying to do right now is we are trying to get... Oh, after this operation... Oh, yeah, it's just doing it automatically. We're trying to... Oh. I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't know what's going on. Where's help? Okay, we're trying to work on burn the subs. We're trying to upgrade it and use, to the best of our abilities, all of the wonderful tools that I have at my disposal. This is where the extra light would turn on, and we'd be able to see what's going on. Let me turn it on manually from Node-RED. Oop. So we're trying to update and upgrade burn the subs. That's what this is now. Been working on this for a little while, and it's sort of coming together, but it's been rather slow, and I'm actually now I'm kind of struggling with the progress that we're making. It's been rather slow over the past couple months. We're trying to get this all together. I'm really trying to get the power supply done right now. We've got a new controller for the board. We have the same Raspberry Pi. We're gonna put a screen on it so that I'm able to see what it's doing. And we've got this big, expensive, ridiculous power supply that I got off of eBay many, many years ago that I'd like to use. But the pièce de résistance, the thing that we're really doing that's different from before, is we're 3D printing to the best of our abilities and modeling all the stuff that we're 3D printing. And so what I've been able to do with the status panel, which is kind of an important part, because these will be constantly illuminated, and if I see the blue one turn off, it means that I have to have a panic attack. So what we have is we have a panel that we've designed an LED circuit board to go behind, and this panel will be illuminated thanks to a multi-filament. Where is my focal point on the camera right now? What am I focused in on? Where is that? Anyway, I have a multicolor 3D print here. So I did the frame in black, then I flipped to clear for 1 millimeter, and then back to black. And what that did is... Great. What that did is that created a bunch of area, like little cubby holes that I can illuminate with LEDs. When I do that, it will light up the text on this to be very plainly readable from a distance, because this will sit on the wall next to burn the subs over there, and I will be able to glance at it and see what's going on. So I can see whether or not different voltages are available, and if the Raspberry Pi is connected to the API. The problem with this is that since it's only 1 millimeter of filament, the clear filament is deposited by putting rows like this, and then at a 90-degree angle to those, going like this. And so when the 3D printer makes those cross hatches of material, because of my printer settings, that material overlaps kind of like this, on sort of an exaggerated scale, and the LEDs make sparkles in those gaps, a little sparkliness in those gaps. So our next task, because we've done a lot of car repair, and part of the car repair was replacing lamps with LEDs, and one of the things that we saw in the car repair is that they have 1, distance, 2, a diffuser. We have distance, we don't have a diffuser. So we tried Label Maker Label, and then I was like, you know, there has to be something that we can use, like an old LCD. I found the box for an old phone LCD that I was going to swap out, and I was like, oh, score! I finally have the stuff that I open the box, it's empty. I don't have a spare LCD that I can completely mangle in order to use the very clever lens sheets that they use in LCDs in order to diffuse lights. So I've got to find a material. Well, it turns out the answer was right under my nose the entire time. Bada bing. I'm going to use my Wawa Diet Green Tea Original Formula jug as a diffuser. And I think that'll be pretty good. Not just green tea, Wawa Diet Green Tea. You can go to a construction site in Philadelphia, you'll find not diet, but you'll find the iced tea version of this stuff. Ow, that was really loud. The iced tea version of this stuff all over the place. Collecting some old TVA. I don't even know what that is. What's TVA? Rip ears. I have a compressor. You guys have the benefit of the compressor. My regular human ears did get the full volume of what just happened. But yeah, I think I can just cut out a section of this, and this will be a pretty good diffuser. I don't think regular green tea would work as well. One of the things that they used to have on this back in like the early 2000s was at the very end of all this stuff, I think there was like an asterisk somewhere here, and under the asterisk it said, "Not for use by diabetics." And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why hey, I can't have this? Why? And I think the, well, no, most of the plastic bottle is going to go to waste. I mean, look at how much we're going to use. I know, it's like personal. No, I think the reason was whatever sweetener they were using, the total carb that they were listing was less than 1 gram, which I think Tic Tac gets away with that, and Tic Tacs have a significant amount of sugar in them. So, I don't know, there was some weird thing about it, but they don't list it anymore. They don't list that anymore. Very weird. But anyway, we're gonna use some of this stuff, and that's what we're gonna work on today. I'm gonna try to cut that stuff out. It looks like the Raspberry Pi console has reset. Is it back yet? Oh, let's go back to here. What's going on? Here, open this up in Putty. Oh, that feels so much better. So I did an apt-get upgrade and upgrade. Yeah, I don't want to use that other console. Sudo apt full upgrade. Wait. Node v npm v 12.18 npm v 6.14.8. I don't know if any of this was updating another thing. You shut your head. You shut up. What? Somebody said what the latest version was. I'm scrolling up in chat. You can probably see me doing that. 52 months. Almost as long as it's been since the last software update. You shut your face. I can't believe I'm taking this kind of crap from you guys. 3.0? I'm at 6.14. Does that mean it's updated? Let's check over here. 10. 14.3. I'm not even, none of those numbers are close. I don't care. Wait, 6.14.5. Okay, we're a little bit. Node 12 is, why? Why? Huh? What's up with these software projects? Why do they end of life it? Node Red is 3.0.2. Well, what is it? Hold on. Wait, where did my window go? Why do they make this so hard? Node. No, that's the wrong one. It's not on my list. I have to specify the port or else I get the refrigerator. It didn't update. One point 1.3. Do I need to restart the Pi or something? Damn it. panicking. Well, it does. It also controls my refrigerator. I haven't had that plugged in for a little while, but it does. So if I go to 192.168.2.148 without the port, oh, I guess that probably needs a little help. I haven't done that in a little while. It's supposed to default to the BrewPi controller. So this hasn't like changed. Updated but not installed? Is it 8080? I know that came up before, but I don't know if that's gonna... I'm making my... Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I still need to get the gravity sensor thing, but... Install npm. Yay. You have held broken packages. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I had to. Why are you blaming me for this? I didn't mean to. You held broken packages. I didn't know. I just handed it to me. What the fuck? If I uninstall Node-RED and install it again, this is going to be a whole host of problems, isn't it? Because am I going to lose everything that I've put into those flows? They're pretty important to me. They make my setup work. This is that, by the way, this is the first time that this is broken in a long time. So export everything first. I think I did at some point, but I probably should do that. Export all flows. Download. Show in folder. Rename. Super important setup stream flows .json. More likely you will lose it. I will lose it in multiple ways at this point. This is something that I should do on a Wednesday, by the way, everybody. Set up the big stream deck that I've got sitting behind me, fucking useless on the mill, and do this. I should have just gone with my gut and done the disassembling the mill stream, because that's a little bit more physical. I get to use... Oh, this is the wrong... fucking OBS changing where all my stuff is. My mitts. I get to use my hands to do stuff. Yeah, that's what the article that I looked up said, and I was hoping that wasn't the case, but I guess that's the way it is. Welcome to Linux. I have to uninstall and reinstall. So I backed up all my flows. Hopefully that's good. You've been waiting for the mill one. I've been getting closer and closer to doing it because it's been bothering me, and the more Burn the Subs drags out, the more I've just felt I've needed to do it. The alternative to today also, once we test the milk jugs and see that, okay, that light is good, so I can cut a bunch of those out, that becomes a repetitive task. Put that aside, and we would have worked on bending the copper tubes to make a laser cooler. And since I've got all of this brake fluid sitting behind me, instead of using water, I could use a much higher temperature fluid. Maybe it won't boil when I go to solder the ends. That would be kind of cool. This is why I can't watch coding streams. I hate to tell you, man, but once we get the hardware for Burn the Subs done, which I've been pushing and pushing to do, we're going to do a lot of coding streams. It's going to become a bit more of a coding stream, and that actually gets more viewers on Twitch. You know, who knew that a platform like this had people who like software? I haven't seen Nicandria in friggin' like an entire pandemic, and she shows up when I'm doing coding stuff. Although she doesn't have anything to, doesn't know what we're talking about, neither do I, but she shows up. It's weird, right? Like, people show up for coding streams. Why? Fucking hate software. All right, anyway, so we need to fully reinstall Node-RED. This is the only choice that I have at this point. Yeah, she's only here for the coding. I knew it. It was the allure of the coding. Okay, So sudo apt-get ruin everything. Sudo apt-get rebuild everything. Where's the window that I was running off of? I do want to do like more basic stuff too. I really want to do a, oh God, this is my car repair. This is my car repair. Why are we looking at that? We don't need to see what I did to my poor anti-lock brake module. Sudo apt remove node. I hate that command. All right, let's go. Let's do this. So I'll have this window and the other window. I'll have this window and this window. And then we'll move this window over to here. And then I got to move this one over here so I can see myself. And this window goes here. And oh God, I zoomed in on it. Okay. It seems like I'm only breaking things these days. It comes in cycles, I guess. And as I get fucking ancient and dust starts growing in places I didn't expect, everything is breaking all at once. I don't get it. My car has had a cascade of failures wherein if I fix one, I think it makes that one part of the car so strong that the parts of the car that were about to fail just fail. And I don't know, today my stream setup broke. There's all kinds of stuff going on. I need to just chat, listen to me. If you start to get overwhelmed like I am right now, like I am in my life, basically just completely and utterly fucking overwhelmed by everything, because like everything seems to be failing at once and it's just sort of all falling down around you, it is a good time to clean. This is what I need to do. And you can see the background behind me. Everything is just, it's like an active explosion that I live in right now. So I think over the next couple weeks, I'm going to start prioritizing cleaning up around here. And that means throwing out stuff that I don't use, throwing out stuff that's old, and then just getting surfaces to be bare. That is something that I've needed to do for, how long have I been streaming? Basically, since I started. The shop is like a slow evolution in that it's more like a slow explosion. But, you know, to get my head together, I should probably start neatening up and cleaning stuff, because we're going to be getting into a lot of different things in the near future that are going to be challenging. And so in order to sort of make that as smooth as possible on me and make it as fun for you guys to watch, yeah, I got to clean up. Mark can fix it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to go through what this web page is telling me to do. So let's do it. Sudo apt, what am I doing? What is it again? Remove node JavaScript. Oh, God. Goodbye, my friend. I hope this doesn't break the other thing. Do you want to continue? Yes? Question mark? All right, let's do it. Goodbye, my friend. It's been real. Progress, 50, 75. All right, there's that. What's my next? Oh, oops, I forgot. Sudo remove node. Oops, node. Don't type what I'm saying. Oh, cool. Oh, sudo apt remove node. Goodbye node. Package node is not installed, so not removed. What? I guess, uh-oh, that was the first out of order thing. Scroll down. Sudo apt install node.js. Sudo apt install node JavaScript. I want my puppy down here, because then I could at least like look at the puppy between this. And they're like, hey, there's a puppy. Yesterday, I went to a LAN party for the first time in a little while, and I was without puppy the whole day, but I was with my friend's puppies. My puppy had to stay behind because she had her last training class. She got a certificate and everything. Apparently, she was very distracted in the training class because I wasn't there. I'm pretty much the one that is like consistent with the training, and she's like attached by the hip to me. But yeah, I wasn't there. And so she ended up going through the training class and getting her little certificate, which is essentially just a receipt. It just says, hey, you paid. You paid for this class and attended it. But yeah, she finished it. There is another class that she could take, but I don't know if she'll take it or not. Bothered dog whisperer. I'm the one that's consistent with her, and I think she just really likes. What's funny is when, like, in the evenings watching TV, like, if I'm on my back, she'll be on her back. Or if I'm on like on one side, she'll do the same thing. It's very funny. She's a good corgi. Okay, so I guess we did it. Even though Node.js v 12.22, Node v 12.22, npm.v. Isn't that illegal? 6.1416. Yeah, she's a super cutie. If you guys are interested in the plethora of my phone is just full of, it's like one project picture and like 17 dog pictures. Because I'm whipping it out constant. I mean, I'm whipping my phone out constantly, take pictures of the dog. I made a pet section, a pet stuff. All the sections of the Discord are stuff to me. So I made a pet section of the Discord where I have about 7 million photos of Willow. So toss, don't, okay, yeah. Well, I did that. I whipped out my phone earlier on stream. Is that toss? Oh no, I'm in trouble. So interrogative, can I hit reload? And again, the pet section is not just for me. Oh, hey, everything's still here, including the old version. God damn it. The pet section is not just for me. We have to specify because there's a lot of cute pictures of like animals on the stream because everybody likes a good cat picture. So in the Discord, if you take a picture of an animal, you can post that in the pet section. You go to the zoo, take a picture. Ah, it's a squirrel. Take a picture. If the animal's a human, I'm going to be a little bit wary of that, and I might moderate it. But yeah, you take a picture, so hey, it's cool. You find a picture on the internet, don't post it to the pet section. That goes in funny. Reminds me of someone showing me cat photos. This is a Family Guy with the guy with the wallet that smacks you with a wallet. Yeah, anyway, it didn't update. What does my tutorial say? My tutorial says this was impossible. Oh, I need to update Node-RED. Didn't I search? Oh, npm Node-RED update Raspberry Pi. Boop. Curl. Node-RED npm. We already got that. Set update. Best way, Raspberry Pi. Update Node.js and Node-RED. Way to get installed nodes. I commonly use a batch rather than clicking on them individually in Palette Manager. As described in our docs for the Pi. Ugh. Come on. Is there a section of here? Update, Control F, update. Bash. Running the following command will download and run the script. If you want to review the contents of the script first, you can view it on GitHub. So I guess I didn't need to do all that. I could have just done a bash that downloads the whole thing. Okay. I fucking hate this kind of stuff. Because you always run into this kind of thing. No, I'm not really sure I want to do this. Do I have to be honest on this question? Is this going to be a quiz? Like, if I honestly answer this, you're going to get more than just one letter. And why is N in capital and yes is lowercase? I don't know. Yeah, just do it. Yeah. What is the error that just happened? Doing so may break some nodes. If you wish to say in Node.js 12, you can update the latest Node-RED 1.x or 2.0, but by adding Node-RED version 1.37 or Node-RED 2.2.2. In doubt, safer option. Please back up your installation flows before upgrading. Exiting now. Cool. I don't think that did anything. Okay. Welcome to the software struggle stream. where your streamer slowly devolves into a quivering, gelatinous sea creature as opposed to being a complex and functioning mammal. Slowly but surely, all their sense of self will leak out of their ears. What? Upgrade Node-RED on the Raspberry Pi, bash, curl, all that stuff. Upgrade Node-RED, but when the script is finished, Node-RED does not work when our Node-RED start. This is a different problem. Node-RED 3 doesn't work with Node.js 12. I don't even know what's going on. Like, that's, I just have nothing. Can I just run well, I can apt-get, like what, remove? I just saw Node-RED being removed and then it failed. What if I just tell it to install? Really? Was it that easy? All this faffing about with all the Google results. Okay. Did that work? Just go to, where is it? Where's the Node-RED? Hello? Hello? Is it in the other window? This is the "it's just that easy" Spider-Man meme, right? Yeah, now it's all completely broken. Do I need to do the other setup stuff? Yeah. So 8080 should hopefully still, oh, actually, I probably need to restart the Pi. Sudo restart. Sudo die. Sudo reset. There we go. Oh, sudo reboot. Right. I just try stuff until it works. That's why most of my things are broken. This is when we'd play waiting room music. Overlays. I can do, what do I have? I've got there we go. This is what I got. Okay. Oh, I don't have any audio on this one. Wait a minute. There we go. That's more like it. We can just wait. We'll just wait a little bit. La 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 la. What's the error behind the video, or behind the window? There is no error. What are you talking about? No. No error. There's no error. There's no error. There's nothing wrong. It's fine. There's no error at all. Yeah, there's no Warren Bossing say. I don't wait to reconnect. Yeah, we're not. I gotta like reconnect from here. So session, new session, Bridge Pi. Uh-oh, which one's which? Close that. And then go to putty. All right. So that means we're back. And I can go to my bad gateway. Hopefully there's a more setup that I have to do in order to get this running. But that might be the case. It probably is. Damn it. I don't remember what we did in order to set up Node-RED properly. I don't know. I don't remember. Now I've broken everything. I had this happen with my my shop light controller. I tried to update the software on it and it broke it completely. And so I had to go through all kinds of hoops in order to make it work. Luckily though, that I could figure out. This is a little bit more complicated. We've got all kinds of Raspberry Pi BS going on. So now I've just installed Node-RED. I guess I need to take it from, sorry about the flipping windows. I'm just trying to keep my head about me. and find out where that information was that I've clicked off of like a million years ago. Let me go ahead and put that in a new window so I can keep you guys up on the screen. And then I can go over here and I can go, what the fuck did I just do? Raspberry Pi Node-RED is broken. Help, the fires are getting worse. Broken, Node-RED after update. I ask you to please help with this. Nope, I'm not helping you. I'm trying to get out of the fires on my own. Node-RED Raspberry Pi install. Now the thing is, like, as I installed it, the old version of it was pointed at a specific port. How do I do that again? Command Node-RED start. Yeah, I guess by run is the verb, right? What do I do? You gotta put stuff in quotes, man. Response, sorry, can you repeat the question? No, there were too many words. All right, let me move this to the side. Welcome to a streamer struggling to figure out how to run complicated things in his own shop. How do I get Node-RED to be on the specific, without getting bogged down in too much of this tutorial? There we go. When browsing another machine, you should use hostname IP. Oh, so it's already on 1880. Find the IP hostname -I. Can I get my console back? Started flows. you could get to the second floor by pissing. Flatulent, have you played the Finnish Army Simulator yet? Because I just can't get it out of my head. I watched somebody playing it, and that man's colon, the fellow who joins the Finnish army, is a tennis ball cannon. Because I hate to just jump into this out of nowhere. First time I see flatulent going out, I'm talking about shitting in a toilet. It literally sounds like somebody winding up with all their strength and then spiking a tennis ball into a toilet. It is the best pooping noise in a game I've ever heard. Anyway, what's going on right now? Why is nothing happening? Oh, that's right, Davies was playing it, yeah. Why do you think I stopped using Node-RED? Everything was working great for a little while. Dropping a cantaloupe from 8 feet up. Yeah. Node-RED has started point browser. Okay, so let's check it out. Oh wait, let me go back to the other one. Oh man, just as I say that, somebody says to do the same thing. It's, you know what? I used to complain about that happening, but it's good that we're on the same page. I appreciate that. All my flows are here. All the boys are here. That's an earlier version than what I have. Update JSON ATA to 1.65, which, why is it an earlier version? Why is it version 0? What the fuck happened? What the hell was that? How does that even happen? Why did you unupdate? Did they like jump versions or something? How is that even possible? I don't know. Beta 2, split Node-RED, editor. There's no like dates on any of this stuff. I'm wondering if they like jumped down a version or something. Doesn't look like it. You get whatever's in the repo, you can install from the source or add other repos and new versions. But I just did an apt-get update and upgrade. Do the lights work? No. No, the lights don't work. No, it would have turned off and it's still on. No. Oh, well, the flows work for the MQTT. They just don't work with the OBS stuff. So. Oh my God. Auto start on boot, sudo system control, enable node-red.service. I think that's already enabled, right? I need to use the script. I tried to use the script, and the script told me to piss off. It was like, get the fuck out of here, bud. Here, look, we'll try it again. It's going to be like, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Why don't you haul on off to Tim Hortons or so, however Canadians talk. I don't know why I'm making it Canadian, but hello? I'm going to open up a new console. It opened in the other window. There it is. Watch. Now this will just tell me to piss off. Are you really sure you want to do this? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really sure I want to do this. If the script checks the version Node.js installed is 14 or greater, it will try to install Node 16. Not as found, it can optionally install 12, 14, 16, 18 LTS for you. This is the kind of shit that, like, why don't people like Linux? Yeah, I want to install the PI-specific nodes. Fuck you, buddy. But I tried to install the latest version. Why did that happen? I uninstalled and reinstalled, and I went back a version. Update all nodes to the latest versions before upgrading. Node.js-v. It is 12.22.2012.12.12.12.12. You think I should sudo the script? I mean, I updated Node.js. Do I need to do it again? Sudo apt-get update. Or no, what was the command again? Developer hits up arrow 75,000 times instead of looking up proper command. See, I removed it. And then I reinstalled it. I guess I didn't sudo the script, no. Sudo. Wait, what is sudo? Whoa, uh-oh. Oopsies. Sudo. I need to recopy it. I'm gonna be careful with those sudos. Oh my god, streamer didn't know to sudo the script. Boy, I'm glad my moderator team isn't here because they would be absolute fucks. Are you okay? Hey, hi, it's me. What the fuck? How? Devs are sitting there like, oh no, I have to stop this. What else do you want me to do? Running as a service, auto start on boot. All this stuff should be pretty trivial, right? The script will work. Debian-based operating system. You may need to run sudo apt install build essential git curl to first ensure npm is able to fetch and build the binary modules it needs to install. This makes me feel like a question mark. Sometimes you feel like a question mark, yeah. Do I need to do this? I may need to do this. Let me just try it. You can add something in the install command to force node-red 2. That's what it was telling me, right? Node-red 1x or 2x version by adding node-red version 222. But don't I want like the latest? Don't I want the latest of all this stuff? Not a real programmer if you're not copying and pasting a bunch of commands in your terminal that you aren't 100% sure about. Amen, brother. Let me get this. Well, I think I already copied it. I just need to go there and then right click. Ah! I fucked up. It didn't work. Oh no, I need to get rid of the sudo. The Pi might not support later versions. Okay, well then let's try the bash curl, and then what do I hit? Space, and then the command. I hit enter. Oh my god! Wait, it exited me. It's not the yes and no just went threw me out. See the optional command, running it with help. Oh, I will definitely. Oh, there's a quote at the end. Confirm root, confirm install, confirm pi, skip pi, restart, allow low ports, update nodes. Ah, that one updates the nodes too. No init, node red user version, node 12. Oh, so just node 12. Rip stream. What's my bitrate? Bitrate seems okay. Well, that's two people saying it at once, so something happened. It's gone now, all good. Back, I'm fine. I'm not fine. What's happening? Help! I feel funny. What's happening to me? Did we go too deep into Linux and Twitch decided to ban my channel? It's bound to happen eventually. Never went down. Never punished. Node 12. Yes. Yes. Try adding Node 18 if the script force installs Node.js 18. Whoops. I did 12. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe I need to do 18. Whoops. It looks like it's actually doing something though, so I'm not gonna touch it. Or I'm just gonna back out of this here. I'm gonna get another Red Bull. This is a mess. This is a mess. I don't know what I'm doing. You guys should know I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that's like the most relatable stance to take on Twitch, is like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You already have 12, smiley face. Shit. What do I do now? Oh yeah, I do already have 12.22.12. Par for the course for how I work. It feels like a lot of this stuff, like this programming and Linux stuff, feels like, you know, I'm playing bumper pool, but I'm getting punished every time I hit a bumper, but I can only throw the ball at a 45-degree angle to the lane. That's pretty much how it feels. This is, wow, this is going great. Hello? Anyone? Anyone? I just take toys apart. For a while, we did Teardown Fridays, and every Friday I took something new apart. We learned a lot of stuff. We got to see a lot of cool things, got to teach a lot, and I got to build an audience with that. And then I ran out of stuff. I'd taken apart everything that's not a vital part of the shop. There's nothing I haven't taken apart. Yeah, this is a, it does, oh, it went a little further. Yeah, it does, Raspberry Pi, Linux, it likes to take it's not really taking its time, but it does appear to like to take its time. And that is that it is dealing with a lot of files. There's just a lot of little files that it's got to deal with. To tear it all down, turn it all into machine code. Too many programmers. Too many pro gamers. Oh my God. Well, this has turned into the, I'm going to change the fixing my setup node read verse Raspberry Pi verse streamer. Blood bath. Done. Off to sleep. All right, Complex Sweet. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Mr. Popper. I don't even know what you're talking about. This is going well. Takes longer to delete one 10 gigabyte file or 10,241 megabyte. Well, yeah, because it's got to mark something on each of the files. So So we wait. It looks like it's doing, but I told it to do the wrong version. So I don't know if I should have told it to do the latest version, and it would have gone through all of this trouble to stop Node-RED, remove the old versions, etc. That probably would have been a great idea, but I thought 18 somehow was the right, or whatever I typed I thought was the right thing. It turns out I'm just putting the same thing back on, which I've already done. I've already reinstalled everything again and again. At least 14. Is that for, I don't know if you know what you're talking about, if you're just, you know, giving me crap, which is typical. But the whole reason that we're doing this in the first place is because OBS is not communicating out stuff. 16, more like 13. Numbers! For Node-RED 3, you need Node.js 14. Like, we went to update everything, and I updated my Node-RED to, like, the quote-unquote, the latest version using the commands. And, of course, the web page was from 2012 or something, and so it updated sort of, and then I updated Node-RED, and it downgraded Node-RED. So it's like, what I am doing, what are doing right now? None of this makes any sense. Welcome to Linux, where there's 10,000 tutorials, and only 4 of them have actually any of the information that you need. 10,000 tutorials, and if you take the conceptual part of one and accidentally read another one, nothing you do is right. Because they all have sort of a branching path thing going on. And when you go into one facet of one tutorial, the other one goes in the opposite direction. But if you draw similarities between the two and say, well, this one actually applies more towards what I need, you're over here. And so if you try to do what they say over here, you break everything. Linux. Meow. Pop. How dare you log errors to that file? Move global nodes to local. Why? Okay. It's rebuilding everything in the same version. Oh, no. Oh, no. I gotta run this again. I gotta run this again, and I have to run it for the proper version. This should go a little bit faster, though, once it builds the nodes, I guess. And I guess we could try it out. We could always try out this version and see if it fixes everything. I don't think it will, but yeah, I think we'll be back to where we started, won't we? When you copied the script from it, it said at least 14. But we're talking about something else. We're talking about the OBS, this thing right here, the WebSocket server. Excuse me, isn't connecting properly from OBS. And I need that in order to get the information about what scene I've switched to. And if I switch to the right scene, that will then MQTT my lamp. And that'll, of course, lead us to more functionality, of course, in the future. Oh, yeah, look at that. 302. So for those of you that are interested in other software stuff, over the past couple months, I have upgraded my glucose, my diabetes care to something called Looper. And Looper uses the constant glucose monitoring system that uploads via a program called Xtrip. It uses Bluetooth Low Energy, and it sends wow, that is really messy data. Very messy data going on right now. I ate a tuna salad sandwich with some of the spicy crap left over from the take-home food from yesterday, from the Chinese food that we had. Anyway, what's happening right now, and this is a little bit crazy what's going on with these glucose levels. I think there's something weird going on, but usually it's a lot smoother than that. So, oh yeah, this is from yesterday. Way too much food. But anyway, so what's happening is every 5 minutes with a 5-minute delay, the device that I have on my shoulder has a Bluetooth Low Energy thing in it that has a bimetallic wire that goes under the skin. That's reading some property of the interstitial fluid of my tissues, and it's determining what my glucose level was, right? So once it sends that glucose level via Bluetooth Low Energy, this thing can receive it. The reason it can do that is because some legislation was passed that says that this Bluetooth Low Energy stuff cannot have an encrypted signal on it because it is vital health information. That opened up the doors basically for diabetics to program their own third-party applications for everything. So what happens is this health device using Bluetooth Low Energy is able to communicate with my phone just straight off the bat. And it actually, years later or months later, the healthcare companies themselves were making these things. We're like, we can use a phone too. And they released their own apps. Their own apps seems a lot to sort of wall off a lot of the functionality. But anyway, cool thing about this app is that it communicates with this app. The cool thing about this app is it communicates with the pod that is installed in my body, which is basically on the back of my hip. This pod contains 200 units of insulin, and it is a sort of a full suite insulin pump. You slap this baby on, you tell it to inject, it puts a plastic tube under the skin very quickly. It's not that painful. And then it injects tiny little bits of insulin throughout the day. And since that's also a healthcare device that is designed to communicate with a controller device, it uses Bluetooth Low Energy. It is not allowed to encrypt the signals. And actually, supposedly, this company has worked with diabetics a little bit. 200 units is actually not a lot of insulin. I really wish I could use what's called U200 insulin, which is double the strength. But I can't get that approved by my healthcare company. So like U200 insulin would make the pods last actually 3 days. What I have to do now is when I have big meals, I'll manually inject insulin just to prolong the life of the pod. But so what happens is when I sleep or when I'm ignoring diabetes for once, those glucose levels come in, and then this program can instruct the pump on what to do, like inject half a unit of insulin over and over again to do what's called microbolusing, which is a new concept to me. But apparently it uses less insulin to affect your glucose level. I'm on Humalog. I'm on the insulin that they're constantly talking about being way too expensive. Humalog back in the 90s when I was still diabetic, it was like $20 a bottle. We'd spend like $80 per month to keep me alive because everyone needs insulin, right? So we'd spend $80. Nowadays, it's like $340. It's great. How do you like the Pump It app so far? Awesome, life-changing actually. Even compared to what I had before was an external pump, which the external pump, by the way, you can reuse supplies for. So it's much, much, much easier. You can reuse supplies for, so you can build up supplies so that if you have an issue with shipping, you're not like at a life-threatening situation. It's nice. The pods, I've had to be a little bit more creative about, but the insulin pump that I had got the signal directly from the glucose monitor and was able to inject a little bit of extra stuff. Like it was able to inject extra stuff and it could back off when you were low. It was very rudimentary. This has been completely life-changing over that because this is a little smarter. Looping is a little bit smarter because it does microbolusing, and it also is able to detect a persistent high and react to it. It can detect a meal that you haven't told it that you've eaten and inject extra insulin. Now, I have to play with those settings and make that work, but this has been like life-changing. Also, the fact that I can just pull my phone out and look at it and people don't go, is that a pager? That's very, very nice. Now, the pods are not cheap, so that's been kind of a struggle. And we would like to actually hack the microcontroller on the pod so that I can use them in my own test setup. But anyway, oh wait, that's not the right scene. This is the right scene. Do not expose Node-RED to the open internet. Okay. I mean, it looks like it's done. So let's see what Node-RED tells us now. It probably wiped everything, but lost communication for 50 seconds. Oh my god. I have to start it. Reminds me of the guy who hacked the RF of smart panel meters and is mapping over 10 blocks around him showing watt usage. That's kind of cool. Hey, what? No, you're not. Wait, you shouldn't be running that. No, man. I don't think because the pi should definitely not be located there. Hold on, let's check what's going on. Pi's got a static address. Yeah, there we go. I guess internally it just is. Welcome to Node-RED 3. Wow. Cool. What is that? Make it easier to route wires. Oh, that's cool. That is actually pretty cool. Yeah, it just means it's local. Hey, that's neat. Junctions can be added using the quick add. Ah, cool. That might clean up this. Debug path tooltip. All right. Continuous search. Okay. New wiring actions. Split wire with linked nodes. Ugh. They're getting a little bit more like schematics, I suppose. The debug node can be configured to count messages if it receives. The link call node can be message property. HTTP request. Okay. All right. Back down to our original problem. This is probably exactly the same. Yep. We're on the new version. I don't know if that's going to help us or not. 4-point nodes when? I go and I've got the debug running. We got debug running. And I go to the face cam. Then I go to the spring arm. Well, that one ends in face, so go to the microscope. Nothing. Go over here. I need to update the palette? Yeah. Okay, so how do I do the palette update? Manage palette. This isn't where I update, is it? Well, I also, wait a minute, I also have the new leb one. So that would be in OBS event request program scene. Based on the configured event type. And so we are here. Yeah, so this is what I need. Yeah, okay, cool. So port that. I'm not gonna do a password just because I'm in my own little like walled garden. And I don't want you guys to see a password, so event. Scene. Filter. Input. There's so much stuff. Oh, these will be important. Stream, record and stream state change. That'll be important if we want to program the ability to have burn the subs automatically turn on. So you see, everything I do here is related. It's Hunter 2. Who told you 1, 2, 3? You're banned. Yeah, this is all Leb's doing. This is Leb. By the way, Leb TV Live, the fellow who you guys see on stream often, chiming in when my setup is on fire. He's the one that did this, and it's really nice. This is really nice. Scene list change, or is that scene change? It'd be transition scene. QRSC. Damn it. Input active state, filter, profile, volume. He changed the what he called it. Virtual cam, replay buffer, scene item, scene list, scene items selected. That seems like the right one. Scene item, no, it wouldn't be a transform change, right? It'd be scene item selected, but is that a piece of the scene? Current program, Current program. I haven't gotten there yet. Current scene transition. Because before it was called a transition. But the transition is a different thing. So current program scene changed. And that not preview change. We want the scene change. Done. And I'll leave it at that because it doesn't need that. And then delete that. No, wait. No, I do want to delete that. Yeah. Current program scene changed. And then we put that into JSON. And then I don't know if begin transition. We might just be able to do contains spring arm. I might need to resolve some of this stuff. Let's just see what this does. So deploy that. This is not giving us a connected status or not. I can go into WebSocket server, and we're connected, and there's a duration on it. No messages in or out, but I don't have authentication enabled. So if I go to this one, I have the light turned on already. So then if I go to this, nope, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. All right, I'll connect the debug. I think you have to have a password with WebSocket 5. Not sure. All right, so the question is there any payload here? That should have shown something. So enable WebSocket server, enable authentication, generate password, show the connect info. Yes, it says I'm streaming. It doesn't want me to, wait, it says auth disabled. Wait a minute. Apply, there we go. There we go. So now I've got an auth code that I can use. And if I put that, I'm gonna go to this camera. I mean, I've already said I don't care about the authentication, but I don't know. I feel like just by force of habit, I should do this, and then I can put the authentication into. So event one selection, and then I do change the OBS instance, 2246-4555 password, paste, and then update, and then done, deploy it, confirm the deploy, and then look at WebSocket server. Well, it says it's connected. It's not identified. But then if I switch scenes, yeah, I'm not getting that. Maybe we chose the wrong information. Current program scene changed, which should by all means, unless I need to like restart Node-RED. The port is 4555. Oh, wait, hold on. Done. 4555. 4455. And then in OBS, 4455. Port's correct. Password is in. Oh, maybe that'll do it. Oh yeah, I need to deploy. There it is. That'll be it. So now what I can do is hopefully go to this one and then go to this one. No, this one. I'm not getting my money's worth yet. I'll send my bill in the mail. Hold on. Well, let's look at the rest of the flow and see what happened. So now we're actually getting data from it. So Lone Star was correct. Getting rid of WS and just having the IP in there was good. What's up, Leb? We're using your tools. Yeah, well, nobody needed to summon Leb. Leave him alone. Let him sleep. It's late in Germany. we've been updating Node-RED because I updated OBS. This turned into a programmer bloodbath stream just because I've been put back into the gauntlet of learning how to do all this crap again. Yeah, Lone Star's been helping, as well as everybody else that I can see in the chat right now, including others that aren't in the chat. Everybody's been really nice and helpful today, which is weird for Twitch. But so, you know, I managed to refresh on how to use Node-RED in the first place, and then managed to muddle my way, all right, except for those people, muddle my way through updates. Yeah, we need to redo some of the logic to match the new, slightly different way that things are going through. So what does this look like in JSON? We have scene name, game PC, scene name. So all that stuff is there. Good. I think maybe begin transition is not what we want. I think maybe I could just get rid of this. Because if all we're passing into the next node is this word, scene name, quote, game PC, I think what I can do is just get rid of this entire node and just have contains the text that I want. So now I can go to the face cam. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Fuck. Shit. Spring arm or micro. How do I make that matches regex? Or sorry, matches regex. Ugh. Contains that text. But the one that I went to, like for instance, programming should not have it on, but then contains text, spring arm or micro, only micro, that should turn it on. Only spring arm, that should turn it on. So what's wrong with that? Contains, otherwise. The message that they're getting is an underscore on it, and then there's the name afterwards. Sorry. So maybe it's not looking, I mean, I would have to specify the individual scene. I don't want to do that because I have them split off into sources. Do I have to put it in quotes or something? Yeah, latest version, and then the WebSocket version that's in the latest OBS, and we've upgraded Node-RED to 3.02. I don't know what version of the WebSocket server thing is in OBS now. But OBS Studio is 29. This is just a logic thing, basically. I just need to make sure that I can send on or off to this, and I think it's just a matter of splitting off the right keyword. Scene name, only micro. Strip payload. Isn't that what we had before? What is this doing? Begin transmission, payload update type. No, I don't think that's right. The topic. So that would be, yeah. Scene shouldn't be scene name. That one's doing... You're saying it should be payload to scene, then to scene. Yeah, transitions instead of scene names. Oh, message payload to scene. Message dot payload. Oh. I see. I don't get it, but I see. Bada bing. That was it. So it's just looking at a different part of the JSON that didn't exist anymore. Because before, it was made as like a transition. because of the way the data was coming back from the old version. It was saying, here's this transition payload, but now it's just saying, here's the payload. And so we had to point it just a little bit differently because the old code was going, I don't see any of that. Yeah. Well, that would have been easy if I'd known what I was doing. At least you guys get a little bit of an idea of complex control of these Tasmodus switches. Now, the Tasmodus switches are very easy to control. Basically, you just have the MQTT information on it. So the server, I have the information for the server, which is just an IP address of, I think, this device, actually, 2.148. This would be the server. We're using a certain protocol, etc. Just very basic things. And then, yeah, we send it. What do we send it? I don't know. We're just sending it whatever that message is over HTTP. Slightly cleaner, yeah. It's never easy. The more you know, the more complex it gets. Yeah, this is whatever. Yeah, you can set it topics and commands and stuff like that. I mean, we're basically passing the command into this device. Yeah, and then all the details, whatever is just in here, for how it actually gets to that thing. I don't know. It seems relatively simple from here, but this is already a Tasmoda, like whatever it is. What are these things called again? Whatever these things are called. What are they called? Palette. It's a Tasmoda palette that's very specific to it. So you just give it the names and it'll figure it out on your own network. Tasmoda's nice because it's not phoning home at all. All right, so we don't need this anymore. You would call these nodes? Oh, okay. But yeah, so basically we take the current scene change, which is sent in as a, I guess like a, what is it? It's sent in as like a big JSON message thing. We turn it into a string object because we can then parse out from that string object a word. And the word we're looking for is the name of the device of the scene, because of the way I scheme my scenes is device, 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 right? So I talk about, like, basically list the things that are on that scene. And so if we have specific, yeah, this is isolated to just my LAN. None of this stuff goes outside. You don't think I need the JSON? I thought that the reason we were doing that is because we were parsing the string. Then again, the property is message.payload. No, I'm going to touch it. I'm going to touch it. Here. And then my light explodes. No light. No light. No light. Yeah, apparently you need to do it. The data is already parsed by me, so you get a JavaScript object, which is then converted to a string field JSON string by that node. Whew, that's complicated. That's a lot. Yeah, so it does need to actually be converted to a string object, because then you can parse it. Oops. Yoink. Boink. Now, there can be more things that happen in the future. One thing that I would love to be able to do is have it calibrate all the cameras. Have like a, button on the Stream Deck that I can hit and have it affect all of the properties in OBS properly in order to go to the camera, change the FPS, etc. I'll need to look up I know the process of the steps that need to happen for that to do that. But one of the only things that I do right now is right here. OBS source FPS, set FPS or set FPS max. And then basically what happens is the Stream Deck passes all the information that's needed about the camera to OBS, and then OBS is then controlled by this. But I don't know if this will actually work now. I may need to update that. Because this is connected to WebSocket, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think I might need to update that. Set current program scene, trigger studio mode transition, OBS request, OBS event, OBS connection status. Yeah, I don't know. I think my my calibration things, like if I do a face camera setup, stuff's going to change here, but I don't think the FPS is going to change now. So I don't think that's able to be affected by it. Hold on. Let me go to this one, and I go to properties, and I'm going to configure the video. Or no, not configure the video. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to set the FPS to 5. Oh, yes. Look at that. You guys like 5 FPS? Welcome to my stream. Okay, let's hit the face camera procedure and fix this. God, I look like a Jedi Knight 2 animation. Oh my god. It's max headroom. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, so it doesn't change the FPS. Properties, configure video, FPS, highest. Click OK. Hi, I'm back. Welcome to my normally animated stream that doesn't flash and look weird. 5 FPS is fun. Yeah, the fart box doesn't go through Node-RED. Neither does Burn the Subs at the moment. Rhinix, thank you for subbing. I would like them to go through Node-RED though, because that way I can have all of the Twitch API stuff happen in the Node-RED setup, and there's one stop for me to fix everything, right? One stop to fix things. And that way I can have Node-RED parse out what's going on and send it over. So let's see. Let me see here. Set FPS and set FPS max I have coming out of the command from Stream Deck. God damn it, Gunhead. You might want to use that effect sometime. Let's see. So this is out. Can you have 2 Node-REDs running on the same network? Lone Star says yes. I say, I don't know. OBS event, that's stuff happening. OBS request. Node runs an OBS WebSocket request and returns its results, which can be nothing or error. So the OBS request would be oh, hold on. Set camera FPS if we have that. Set source FPS. An input set trigger set stream captions, set transition kind list, get stream status, save source screenshot. Oh, neat. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that sounds right, but I don't know where it is. Did I scroll over it? Toggle record, output. Replay buffer, toggle virtual, can't, no. Yeah, this is a Leb's newer WebSocket thing. The reason that I was using WebSockets was because the bar rater tools wasn't able to set FPS, and the WebSocket stuff was. OBS event is a useful node. Yeah, it is very useful. I'm just looking for FPS in here. I'm not familiar with all this. So set video settings. How does that work? Would that be set the video source settings? Get stream service, set video settings, trigger hotkey by sequence. That's neat. Okay, start at the beginning. Projector, T-bar position, stop stream, start stream. Hey, that's a useful one. We could make a stop and start button. If only you could trigger raids with the Twitch API though. Overall OBS. Okay, set input settings. We have the expert himself here. They're not in alphabetical order, and this is hurting me. They're in like a functional order. If only the creator of the tool here. I don't want to look. I don't want to bother Leb. A third from the top. How do you guys do this? Set input mute. Audio balance. Look at her set video. Toggle virtual. A third from the top. I'm literally hovered over it. Wait, set input settings. Oh, I lost myself. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Set input, set input, set input, get input, set input name. Set input settings. Oh, whew, we made it. We made it. We're not done yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this old one and I'm going to grab the code. There's a code in here, right? No? There's no code. The code's here. So this was parseInt, and this was making the request. Scene name, scene 1. I don't know if that's correct. This is where I'm kind of lost because I don't know what this thing wants. So we've got our OBS instance in here. All that information is correct, I think. And then there's a bit of code. Let me step you. Oh no. Leb is rolling up his sleeves. The sleeves are being rolled up. I have 2 outputs now. Let's see. So we have here. Well, first of all, I think, oh no, but this is the WebSocket thing, right? So when I push the button, a BarRaider app, BarRaider being the fellow who programmed the apps that I use to send web requests, that goes into this, right? And so we have a get blah 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 whatever FPS stuff. HTTP response, I guess, is just the reply that we have to give them. Here we get true or otherwise from that request, from the HTTPS request, because that'll tell it what we're requesting it to do. And what we requested to do is either set the FPS to be 30, which is what's happening maybe here, I don't know. It sets the FPS to be 30 and then back to max. The reason we do that is because the Logitech drivers for the cameras that I use have an error in them, and Logitech has not bothered to fix this in a billion years. And so people, when they start streaming, will buy the Logitech cameras going, good, this thing can do 1080p. And they get it and they plug it in and it looks like dog shit. It looks like grainy dog shit video. The reason that it looks like dog shit is because there's a driver error, and there is a procedure, which we have a command in chat to do that. And Leb, you can keep talking and I'll get to what you were saying. I'm just trying to bring people up to speed on what we're doing and why it's so crazy. So the request, sorry, the cameras have an error in them, and the way to sort of like shake them out of their stupidity is to set the FPS low, configure a couple things, set the FPS back to max, and then the camera's like, blah, 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 okay, cool. And then it knows exactly what gains and stuff to use. And what that also allows me to do is, in Stream Deck at least, I have a configuration with all the settings that I like. Now what I'd love to do is move that to Node-RED, because all the settings that I like should probably all be in one place. And I think Node-RED is a little bit more reliable than just Stream Deck things. So I'd rather just have the Stream Deck sending HTTP out. And if I really wanted to, I could spruce up the buttons and stuff by giving them data from Node-RED, and then it would really truly be an amalgamation of data in my shop. But what I do, press a button, HTTP request, let Node-RED do the rest. I have a whole sequence of things that have to be done in order to get these cameras to look so good. I get a lot of compliments about the quality of my stream, and this is part of what makes it work, and what keeps me from going insane, because I used to have to go through a list. I had a physical list that I would go down in order to set everyone up to get this. It was like a pre-flight check. So anyway, what we're looking for is basically part of the message that contains what frame rate I want to set. And if it is max FPS, then it has to do some weird thing with the integers. And I'm not sure if we still need that, but this was the old system. It would do that, and then depending, it would either set the max or it would just set like 30, and then it would send that to the specific camera. So a link with the commands. I don't have any information on this stuff like in a concise place. I do have the procedure. I forget if it's 2 E's or not. No, it is. It's 1 E. Okay, so set request data to message.payload. Where do I do that? Method. Get. Ob source FPS. Yeah, this is not the one that I want to edit. Positive imp, payload FPS is true. Otherwise, set request data. Where's that? Set request data to message.payload in the OBS request node. Is there a message.payload like that? Done. I'm getting smarter. And then that is pretty much should be it. So if I set my FPS now on the face camera, well, wait, hold on, deploy. Gotta do that first. I want to make sure you guys have a minimal amount of time at 5 FPS. Oh, need to modify the JSON in the function nodes. Okay, hold on. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Sorry, jump the gun, jump the gun, jump the gun. So in the function nodes with the Fs, we have scripts in here. Message ID. So the message ID, request type, set source settings, message request parameter source. Now I can actually run a debug on here to see what's going on here. Message ID and request type can go. Both of these are done. Oh, and that's because... No, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait, no, that's because what? I don't know. So what we're doing is source name, message request parameter source. Oh, I see. Message ID is handled automatically internally. We're returning the message. Message payload is equal to source name, source settings, frame interval. And request type is already done by the dropdown. In here, request data, message payload. Oh, so we don't need to filter it out because that's what this is doing. So we're moving the filter up to the thing that's actually controlling OBS. So we can leave whatever else is in here already. Change source name to input name. Input. So instead of source on these, I'm going to input. Oy, this is not stuff I would have known to do. Okay. Do the same for the other one. Input. But we're still putting it in message, or the name is still message requirement parameter source. So input name and input settings. Our payload is input name, input settings, and then we return that. And that goes here where set up input settings, so input name, input data, because it's called something else now. So we're requesting that the payload sets this, so we just need the right name. There's a little docs button next to the request type that takes you directly to that part of the docs. That would be the little book. Gosh, input name, input setting. My God, it's like, listen, chat. It's like Leb's done this before. It's like he's a little familiar with how to very directly communicate how to use this stuff to somebody who is not even considered dumb anymore, just not functional. All right, so let's deploy that. Confirm the deploy, and let's see what happens. And if it doesn't work, it'll be funny, but I'll go to this, and I'll go to properties, and then I'll set my video to be the lowest FPS, which is 5. Oh my God. I don't feel good. All right, so let's set up the face cam. Is it gonna work? No. It didn't set it. It didn't set it. So we can figure out what's going on here, but first I'm gonna make it a little less painful to watch. Okay, there we go. Oh, you can see how the brightness and stuff changed. That's part of that error. Part of that error. Run it again just so it puts my settings in. All right, we're back. All right, well let's do a little troubleshooting on that then. So let's see what we're getting back from. Yeah, I commented earlier that it looks like max headroom. So if I do that and then I do the face procedure, we'll see what we get down here. I need to get rid of that Alexa node. That thing is really messing me up. There, we're done with that. All right, so now if I do the face procedure, well. What have we here? There's no request. Oh, wait. I'm smart. Face procedure. Okay, there it is. Message payload, empty. Empty again. Object. Attach the debug node to both the output of the request node. See what objects things about request in general. Oh, sorry. To request node, see what OBS thinks about that request in general. Huh? I'm back. I could not sleep. Well then. Payload FPS is true otherwise. What am I sending from node? So we go into the face procedure and stream deck delay, blah, 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 blah. Webcam settings. Delay. Where's my API Ninja? And it should just say 30 FPS. So OBS face cam 30. But then over here, we get an empty payload. That shouldn't be. We're looking at payload.fps. That might not be correct. Why is that? Wait, why is it different? Uh, 1/7/2023. Blah 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 blah. I don't see weird. I don't see all the data that I thought I would. Welcome back, Complex. All right, let me see here. So how do I get out of that? Because we're just expecting to get like OBS source FPS. We're expecting to get just like a number, but it's empty. Set the output option in the debug node to output the whole message object. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, that's the thing. I didn't know that was the thing. With that complete message object. Okay, there we go. Hey, Kervos. Web is very helpful. He's reminding me about all the stuff that I knew about OBS. I was in the back of my mind. I knew there was something. Okay, so now if I go and press the face procedure, you guys can't see it, but 2 messages are going to pop up, and there they are. And then we go down here and we look at the messages. So we've got all this information: payload, object, empty, request object, and message ID. So, oh my God. OBS facecam, that's original URL. Parsed URL. Params source facecam FPS 30. So maybe I need to do message required param source. Param source. Yeah, we need the source, and then the input settings, frame interval, parsent, message request params FPS. So that data is there. We know that's there. The behavior changed in the HTTP in Node. Oh, what do you mean? Would it be message params FPS? Is true, otherwise too. So if it's a positive int or not. So it would be message, and this would be request. Oh, damn it, I was so close. Message params FPS. Damn it. Aha! Ha, ha, ha. I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right. I was getting there. I was gonna go up the tree. Request params. So they flopped order. Done. So now I'm gonna get rid of the debug. It's like the weirdest IDE ever. Deploy, confirm deploy. And then we have to go to my face cam. And now the horrifying reality of 5 FPS. 5. Click OK. So the human eye can only see at 5 FPS. So this should look totally natural to everybody watching. So now if I actually hit the face procedure, it's going to go through the little bar rater algorithm, and this should pop back into it didn't work. 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 Oh God. Oh God. It didn't work. Oh God. Oh God. Let's go to highest. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. See, okay, so this is the bug. This is the bug that I'm talking about. You see how all the settings changed? Did I mess up? OBS request node, which currently says set input settings, 2 output ports. You can wire up both to a debug node to see if OBS liked the request. The setup input, oh, that's the 2 ports on the other end. Okay, yeah, so we can get a system message to see what it thinks about the message. That's what the 2 ports are on the other side here. I did not know this would take so long. Let's see what it has to say. This is a really good refresher, Leb. Thank you for helping me with this. You did not have to take time out of your day to do this. I'm gonna hit the face cam again because I am learning quite a lot about how to use Node-RED now. That's why I suggested doing it off stream months ago. I literally said that at the beginning of the stream. I've already given you that credit. Error, no source was found by the name of facecam. Oh, it's only face. Okay. That would be in here. Oh no, actually that's an error in the node settings. That's an error in here. Or no, wait, facecam is what it's called. Hold on a minute. Face cam. All right, it's face cam. Okay, so that's what it is. It's just an error in my naming of the thing. So yeah, Stream Deck is the problem. That's that. So I need to go through these. BTS. Oh wait, I need to set the other one too. Hold on. Face procedure, delay, API and FPS max, face cam. I don't know when that changed. Because I probably should rename the source. Now I'll leave it like this. Face cam there. Face cam there. Nope. Back. And let's make sure that this one is correct. So that camera is called, that one is called stand cam. Yep, that is correct. Ah, this must have been broken for a while. And then the microscope called just microscope. Yep, that's correct. Microscope. Microscope. This one often gets confused with the face cam, though. That's weird. And then the other one is the spring arm. That one is called spring underscore arm. Spring underscore capital A, lowercase a. I'm uncovering a lot of issues that I've had for quite some time. Okay, that should fix all of my stuff. Let's go back to the face cam procedure. Now, let's try that again, but I'm gonna change the FPS now. Properties. I didn't even like detect that these were wrong. FPS. Let's try 10. Oh yeah, 10 is a lot. The 10 FPS is double what we were getting before. 10 FPS is, yeah, I got a new haircut. I don't know, there's some weird parts about it. The guy finished in about 5 seconds, but 10 FPS is just so much more functional. We can definitely see what we're doing. Base procedure. So that'll give us, hey, look at that. I'm already in a different, bada bing. There we go. Beautiful. So one thing that I'd like to do in the future is change all of this so that all of the procedure is contained within Node-RED. So I'll just have a flow that does setting, wait, setting, wait, setting, wait, setting, wait, and then I can have it be a generic HTTPS request for just that camera. And that way I can have settings that are off to the side, or I can maybe put them in a row or something and have them all just something that I can parse out and change. That'll be nice to do. I need to get the lawnmower out to do my hair soon. It's a freaking mess. The guy charged me extra because of the amount of hair I had, and he guessed that I had 3 months worth of uncut hair. And then he also rubbed his hand in a weird way across the back of my head. So I don't know if I'm going to go back to that barber. How to get somebody's entire hair to stand up. But anyway, wow. So that adds a little bit of functionality that I didn't have before, huh? Hey, the flow parts we need to fix that haven't already. That was actually more than we might try to make those flows. He loves you. Stop it. I don't need the love of my barber. It's forbidden. Wiping the remains of his lunch off of his hand. You son of a bitch. Same price no matter how long my hair gets. I mean, I should go to like an actual salon every now and then, because they do a much different, method for cutting your hair. This is something that I need to simplify in Node-RED. This one's great. This is what turns on and off with the light buttons. I turn on and off all the different lights in here, and as I add stuff, this just gets larger and larger. It's insane. Just a lot of stuff going on here. So if we take this methodology and we make a generic camera setup, that would mean that all of my cameras have the same parameters to them. And I could, I guess, add another node to this to make it do custom settings if I need something to change from camera to camera. For instance, focus for the different cameras should be different. So I wonder if I can have... Well, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to go use the bathroom because I've been drinking nothing but liquids for for the entire beginning of the stream. And yeah, I go to Great Clips. I go to a local barbershop. I don't do chains, but going to a salon every now and then means that they can kind of clean up your hair and get it looking great. And then you can go to the normal barber to like maintain it. That's what I do as a guy. I don't know about anybody else, but I also have the advantage of having like really good hair to start off with. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back, and then we will work on a little bit more of this stuff. I'll go to this camera. I'll put some just army cut, just buzz. That's what my grandfather would always threaten. Like, all right, just buzz your hair. Okay, this is a new function. Mixcloud. When you mouse over it, full volume plays a sample. Volume 5, Moon Mix. We'll do that. Why can't I fast forward? Oh, there it goes. See, the thing is, oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me just get this overlay. The thing about all this Node-RED stuff is what this can do is this can lead to higher functionality around the shop. I can have signs and stuff turn on. I could have different like devices activate when I do certain scenes in OBS. So I could do like, I could get a webcam, as long as it works with the other webcams, place it on like a little diorama, for instance, the Tourbillon and some other finished projects. And then when I do a BRB scene, I could have it turn on lights, move the thing, and have it do a complicated. This is all stuff that I've been talking to Gonad about. Yeah, Gonad has been pushing the Tourbillon, and it's collecting dust. That was something we worked on a while ago, fully 3D printed clockwork mechanism that we kind of stole from Thingiverse, but it's a really cool looking thing. And it was a big build. So what is Node-RED talking to? Tasmota. And then I have Tasmota things, nodes in Node-RED that I use to activate the various devices with MQTT. Cool thing about Tasmota is that you buy these devices and you reflash them, so they no longer require an app that communicates with China. For the GVM lights, we still have to modify these, by the way. These are Tasmotizable, but we need to make up our own script for it. I don't know if somebody's beaten me to it because it's not a tough thing to do. We just need to make a little scripting for this to make it work. However, for instance, these lights can be Tasmotized, and what that does is that keeps the app for these lights from existing on your phone. Somebody reverse engineered the app for the GVM lights, and it turns out it whitelists a server from China that apparently, and we haven't verified any of this, so it's a completely unsubstantiated claim, is something to do with propaganda. There's an email server that has something to do with propaganda that gets whitelisted on your phone if you install the app. And I checked and it was, and I deleted it. But yeah. So anyway, you can look up Tasmotizable devices and buy them, and they can be switches, they can be dimmers, they can be light bulbs. And then you can put them in Node-RED, in brown nose, you can put them in Node-RED and then control them intelligently. So you can have sensors running data that goes into algorithms that goes into outputs. It's really cool stuff. I don't use it to its fullest, but just for not blasting chat's eyes, pretty good. It's pretty nice. It's a thumbs up. Anyway, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Yeah, I got the BRB up. I'm gonna mute. I haven't done the calibrations. I know the stand light gives me statistics for the smart plug that I have it plugged into. I would really like to get these devices into Tasmota. There's a TX and RX line that you can manipulate in order to control the parameters of it. So we can make a fully functional, like, Node-RED node and make this a fully functional Tasmota device with the ESP8266 that's already installed in it. And that will allow us to control color temperatures and set it up so that if I accidentally twiddle the knobs, everything can go back to where it was. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try to make some stuff work. One sec here. Who's adding me? Okay, let's see. I'm going to here and close that and then get this up. And then another thing that I could try to do is, and I think I've talked to people about this, is to set stuff to happen with my glucose level. I'm just gonna hit pause on that. I'm just gonna stop the music straight up. Yeah, a list of templates for the lights. There you go. It's really cool. Yeah. Oh, clumsy me falling down all those stairs all the time. So how do we want to do this? Sky's the limit, isn't it? I have in Stream Deck, I have these sequences programmed that go through the configurations for my cameras and they sort of pop it back into functioning, right? Now we can send a couple different parameters if we want. It would be easier if we just had setup device. That requires a bunch of different settings. Now the settings, there are some universal settings, ones that are the same from camera to camera, but I think I would rather have the setup device command be per camera and have settings per camera, and whether or not they're the same, that's okay. Now, can I have a setup that is like a, well, I mean, to be fair, I could actually probably have all of that in the HTTP request. I could put / color temperature / this / that / the other thing, and then I could have the Node-RED flow take all of that out of it and put the thing through a standard setup procedure that would then instigate those settings. I don't know if I want Node-RED to contain all of that data. Sorry, not Node-RED. I don't know if I want Stream Deck to contain all of that data, because then if Stream Deck like deletes, then I'm like, wait, what do I do? Hold on a minute. Then I just don't know what I'm doing, right? Find a way to modify the webcam driver settings through some API. To my knowledge, there's no way to do it. FPS and resolution works because you can modify it with an OBS input settings page. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be the problem then. I mean, yeah, it would eventually lead to something like that where you just open up OBS and everything would happen. But it looks like Leb's tools don't do that. And doing the driver, I thought because it was in OBS, it would be editable. But when you go into camera settings, the specific camera settings, it does it through the driver on the computer. So here, check it out. So the process of what happens here. So maybe it's not doable. I think Leb brings up a very good point that I had ignored. I go to setup and I do the phase procedure. We switch OBS to the scene. Now that we could do in the plugin. We send it to 30 FPS. We're doing that in Node-RED. So Node-RED can do this, Node-RED can do this, Node-RED can do a delay. However, webcam settings, focus, that might not be doable. So, I mean, for instance, if I bring in the OBS request, I don't think that exists on here. Yeah, like camera focus is not a thing that we can do. Let's see. OBS focus camera Node-RED. WebSocket JS interfacing with OBS. Missing focus camera. 4K, now with something cooler than 4K. A webcam that looks directly at you. OS bot. I don't care. No, it doesn't look like that's... Okay, never mind. My ambitions. Dead. Ah, that's too bad. Cam Control runs a native C program on the PC that modifies the UVC driver setting directly through Windows UVC API. Man, because yeah, here's what happens if I manually set up the camera. What I would do is I would go to Face Cam here. That's the source in OBS. Go to Properties. That opens up the stuff that OBS can control. So the resolution, the FPS, the formats, color range, buffering, all that stuff. This is what OBS can directly control. So we could control OBS, tell it to set those things. However, the important stuff is behind Configure Video. And Configure Video opens up a window that goes anywhere on the desktop that it feels like. So here it is. And so now I get brightness, contrast, saturation, etc. And there's also a Logitech program that you can run that does this as well. But this is the I guess the UVC driver control right here. And that is not accessible to us through a WebSocket of any sort. Damn. That's really annoying. So the Bar Rater app, and that's the thing that I'm using in Stream Deck here, that controls the camera through that interface because it exists on this PC, whereas Node-RED exists on the Raspberry Pi. I was really hoping, and I don't know why I got the impression, that we could control these things via Node-RED. That would have been really nice and clean. You don't always get nice and clean, though. That's a shame. Maybe we can find Logitech MQTT settings. It's not going to happen. But why are Pis so hard to get? Supply demand. They're probably having trouble sourcing stuff. Why would you ask me? Why would I know that? I'm sitting here in a basement in Philadelphia fucking talking about Node-RED. I don't know. Yeah, it's the same issue now as in then. Logitech Sync. As much as things change, all this shit stays the same, doesn't it? Back in stock over here. Microcenter.com. Let's see if there's one that I can get to. Okay, there you go. Raspberry Pi. Of course, this thing, the Pico Pi, is actually really, really cool, to be honest. It's running my keyboard. Wow. 3B Plus. A lot of names today that I haven't seen in ages. PG falling fast. No, it's not. What is Pi? Oh, Pi 2s. Oh, yeah. I have my extra Pi 3, but it is concerning that nobody has Raspberry Pis currently. Because Micro Center is my backup plan if Burn the Subs fails. Even still, I mean, I guess I could eventually, move away from the Pi and move on to other platforms that also support the same sort of nonsense. But a lot of what we do, wow, that's a hell of a camera. A lot of what we do here, man, it's only $50. 16mm telephoto lens. If you put a spacer on that, you just put a C, that looks like C mount. You could put a C mount microscope lens on that, I bet. Oh wait, is the might just be the lens. Yeah, it's the lens. Anyway, I've never gotten a Raspberry Pi cam application to run very well. Well, that's what we're seeing if they're in stock, and it looks like no. A couple new nice Pi cams recently. I mean, that's irrelevant if we can't find a Pi. if we can't source a Pi at all, what's the point? But yeah, so one of the things, I got two of those setups mounted to Pi 3s for time lapse. That's cool. That is very cool. So the reason that I don't like the Raspberry Pi cam is originally when I began doing this stuff, when I first started streaming, I was looking at ways to do the microscope that I use. The microscope is a very important tool because we're doing soldering like all the time, and having a really nice microscope, it's sort of integral to the show, right? Because we need to make it a show. It needs to look good and stuff like that. And you can deal with crappy microscopes. The only thing you can't deal with, like the crappy quality, like lens quality microscopes, are annoying, but still functional. The thing I can't deal with is low FPS and delay on a microscope, because I have a 650 Fahrenheit soldering iron in my hand, and if I am looking at video that basically is just like, you know, like this, if the video's like this with all kinds of delays, it's like, where's my soldering iron precisely? Where is that? Is it in my hand? My nerve endings are going to tell me before the camera does. So I can't have crappy delays and bad frame rates on a microscope. So what we ended up doing, hold on, I got to reset all the settings. There we go. What I ended up doing is I put a Logitech, one of these Logitech webcams that has 1080p high FPS in its own metal enclosure, and that allows me to do a C-mount to it. Oh my God, who is that? Who's visiting? Just when Nicandria and Three Mares leave, you're just gonna come and visit like it's nothing? What are you doing here? Answer my questions. Hold on, let me do the setup procedure for the arm. 160p? No, that was 5 FPS. She's looking for pie. We were talking about pie, and now there's a dog here. Oh my God, my camera's loose. What are you poking around out of there for? You know there's just garbage down there. I put a C-mount on one of my pie cams. It's got a crappy lens, but it's a handy tool. Yeah, so what I did is I put a C-mount to Nikon adapter, and that ended up being a spacer, and that spacer allowed us to have a microscope, and then we had a nice 60 frames per second microscope, which is really nice. 60 is not necessary, 30 is fine. But what are you doing to my partner blanket? That's my Twitch partner blanket. I earned that through a Twitch program that sent me a message that said, hey, do you want some stuff? And I'm like, yeah. So they sent me a bunch, like a tic-tac-toe and a bunch of other weird partner-themed things, including the wireless charger that I use when I stream. Willow. Willow. What are you doing? You good girl? Okay. All right. You continue to wander off camera. That's fine. Just don't ever be on camera. That's... What are you sniffing? Bubby, what you doing? Here, I have a treat for you. Let's do some tricks. Come on, Willow. What are you doing? What's she doing? Here, you want this? I have a leftover treat. Yeah, look at this. Hi, Bubby. Yeah? Oh, you can't just eat it. Okay. You ready? Here, let's get them over my shoulder. There you go. Can you sit? Good girl. Lie down. Lie down. Good girl. Bang. No, I got you. Bang. Oh, come on. What? Lie down. Bang. Oh, come on. Bang. Do the full thing. Okay. 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 I know. You're getting all hyped. Lie down. Lie down. Good girl. Bang. Bang. What? You're not going to do it now? You're going to complain to me? Oh, did you just get static shock? Lie down. Bang. Go for it. Come on. Bang. What? Don't bite my finger. Oh, that's a good bang. Good girl. Good girl. I'm sorry. I made you earn that one a little bit. I know. You know what this other one? You're going to get it in a sec. Shake. Good shake. Speak. I didn't hear it. You're not making enough noise. Come on, speak. Good girl. It's a good speak. I'm trying to keep her to not make too much noise when she speaks, so I'm going to give my puppy a big hug. Give me a big hug. Oh, I missed it. I don't get a big hug. I don't get a big hug from Willow. She just... Who's that? Is that Willow? Hello. Hello, Willow. Hello. What? Can I actually give you a big hug? Oh, hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you actually want a big hug? She never wants a big hug. What's this all about? Yeah, hi. Oh, yes, hello. What a good puppy. You want to say hi to everybody? Here, who's that? Oh, you come here. You come here. You come here. You give me a big hug. Yeah, that's a good girl. What you doing? Sorry for the baby talk, guys, but it is a very cute corgi. So I guess we can't do what we wanted to do with notoriety. Oh, yes, hello. Oh, thank you. Telling me secrets. Mwah. Hi. You guys are probably getting like scuffle noises from the mic. What, you want me to let go of you? What is that? Oh, what's that? that noise? Hello. Hello. Hi. Hey there. No, that usually makes her buff. She was buff. Oh, thank you. Oh, what are you? You guys. What was that? What's that noise? What? Who did that? It's disgusting. Where you going? No, she's gonna look for food. Next one's gonna be like, yeah. What is that noise? What's going on? Made her run away. Super runaway. Let's get out of here. What is that? What is that? Good girl. What you doing? You gonna hang out with me? Or is this too abrasive? I know, I'm yelling at the furniture. It's kind of weird, right? Yeah. You are such a cute little nubbin. Look at you. Like a little chicken nugget. Yeah. Cute little chicken nugget. What you doing? You gotta turn your collar around. I don't want to show that on camera. You're probably not high quality enough to be able to see what's going on there. You don't know what I'm even saying to you. You're looking for a particular word. You know, there's one special word that you're looking for me to say, and I'm not going to say it. Yeah. Yeah, see you later. You get out of here. All right, she's done hanging out. I stood up on top of my mic cable. Yeah, that's Willow. Willow's a bubby. She's a good bubby. She is the big change in everything that I've instigated in the past month or two, etc. I only had one leftover treat. I'll need to take more downstairs. Yeah, I'll need to take more treats down for her. Willow knows the silent ones are the deadliest. She's super cute. Yeah, we got her a couple months ago. She's been an addition to this household. Pretty good. Yeah, that's the word she's looking for, is that, or any combination of the above. I've been taking a lot of W's with her, and so that's been helping me to get my diabetes a little better and my weight a little better and all that stuff. The look on Willow's face. She was very wary. That dog is afraid of sound. She is a very skittish dog around noises. If stuff happened the way it's supposed to happen, not supposed to happen, she removes herself from the scene and looks back at it. And so she's very skittish around sounds, and that's unfortunate because I do a lot of rowdy stuff. Like if I'm working on cars or if I'm, you know, hanging out in the shop and talking to you guys, it is fairly loud. And I don't think she really appreciates it very much. What are you doing? You gonna settle in? She might settle in and just lie down, so I don't know how much I want to keep her on camera. But yeah, $40 clearance for a Pi Top. Wait, what's a Pi Top 3? That's not a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, right? I don't know what that is, actually. Or she'll go to the front door and just hang out there. It's either one. What are you doing, Willow? You good girl? Puppy, puppy. What you doing? You good girl? Okay, see ya. Bye. She's the bestest. She's a lot of fun to have around. So we're a little bit stalled right now because I was originally going to work on the lighting thing, and that would have kind of segued into bending pipes. And I've got a whole bunch of brake fluid stuff sitting behind me, so I was going to use brake fluid instead of water in the pipe, because that way I could torch the end. Oh, I'm out of torch fuel. I think I have a thing of butane around here somewhere. But anyway, I could have used a torch on the end of the pipe in order to solder it shut without getting air in it, because I think, and I'm not sure about this, I would hope, well, when the brake fluid actually at exhaust temperatures, Blake boils at exhaust, brake fluid boils at exhaust temperatures though. So maybe using brake fluid would have been a really bad idea. I need like a non-compressible fluid that is able to withstand soldering temperature. I don't know if anything safe exists. Oil becomes like terrible gas. Brake fluid becomes even thicker gas, so that would have been a really bad idea. I'm glad I realized that before I even attempted it. Water just becomes liquid, so water would steam. So water would probably be okay. I don't know if we get to that temperature there. If I just shove a bunch of solder in the end, if I pinch it and then solder it, maybe we'd be in luck. But what are you cruising for? What are you doing, Bubby? That means my roommate's left, so it's just me and her here. Yeah. You gonna settle in? Why don't you settle in? She's not even close to settling in. It'll take her a little bit. So yeah, bending the pipe with water is probably still my best bet. It's much safer. See, it looks like she's going to settle, and then she just goes and does whatever. That blanket came from Twitch Incorporated. Everybody says to do ice. I want to seal the pipe at both ends and have just liquid in it, and then bend it around the form, because I think that's probably the better way to go. We'll attempt that probably Thursday, and we'll also do what I meant to do today, which is take the milk crate and use this as a diffusing device, because this is it's a nice milky diffuser. I probably shouldn't say milky on stream. Anyway, it's a nice diffusing material. It looks like there's a little bit of sort of a translucent, or there's a little bit of opaqueness in the material. Like it's got kind of like a white color to it. But I don't think that'll affect, because we got to make like 6 of these things, these little inserts that will diffuse the LEDs and make them look less sparkly between the layers of 3D print. I think this will do really well. And then I need to go and reprint this, and we can put that all together and make the power supply. I still don't know how I'm going to mount this thing, the additional power devices. It'd be nice if they would go like in here under stuff. I guess they could. I could make little mounts for both of these boards in here. Then they would generate a whole lot of heat, but there is a fan in there. Maybe these will go inside the control panel, because that would mean that I could reprint the control panel and everything. What are you looking at? You being a good girl? I'm working. This is what it's like when I work. Oh my God, I've disappointed my dog. She's judging me. Where are you going? Stop going under my desk more. What are you doing, Willow? You good girl? She's gone. She's gone forever. She hates me. She hates me forever. She's judged. I'm judged. I've been judged. I don't know. Should I put these in the control panel itself, where there's going to be airflow, or under this, where there's all the LEDs? I don't know where I'd mount this, and if I need to get in and undo some of the connections, it would be a little weird, although it would be weird in the other spot too. I gotta make all these decisions at some point, so we're gonna work on that on Thursday. I meant to work on it today, but Node-RED took up most of our time. Like, I thought I knew Node-RED. Not really. I wasn't totally confident in that, but I thought it would be a lot easier than that. Leb is a wonderful help to just any streamer. He's amazing, but he was able to coach me through some of the things in order to make everything. How did you like the way the PC boards turned out? So I got, oh God, what is that? Oh, that's the up close of the, where did, Willow just left. I got Osh Park, and I'm thinking that I'm going to go back to Seed Studio for a bit. Next couple PCBs, and depending on whether or not I want to make a PCB for the USB switcher, because it's so cheap. She's like, did you mention heating up brake fluid with soldering iron? If she caught onto that before me. The reason that it struck me, God, I'm getting on tangents right now. The reason that it struck me, the brake fluid thing, is because there was a team on one of the road rallies that I went on way back in the day. We went on these road rallies from Staten Island, New York to Bourbon Street, New Orleans, and they would take back roads all the way down the eastern coast of the United States. And we would go on all these wonderful, like, crazy adventures. The car could cost no more than $500 at the time, which was way before the used car market got crazy. Way before. Even before the price of scrap metal went up. So the car could cost no more than $500, and you could spend whatever you want to get it road legal again. So there were cars that looked like they were rolled down the side of a hill. One of them had a big mouth Billy Bass on it that would come out of the side, and it was powered by 12 volts. So instead of singing, the big mouth Billy would start its routine, and you'd hear kind of a grinding, and then it would pivot out, and the mouth would open, and it would just go, and then pivot back. And I don't think I've ever almost passed out laughing except for that day. The extra voltage killed all of the audio circuit on it, and it I made a funny noise. I'm sorry. You good, girl? Sorry, that was the thermal camera dropping off of the camera. Hold on, I gotta go get that. But yeah, it was one of the funniest things that I've ever seen. But anyway, that road rally, one of the teams decided to do something very illegal. That's my thermal camera. Please don't mess it up. Don't get drool. No, don't you bite it. One of the teams decided to make a little valve on their car that would dump brake fluid into the exhaust, and they did it with a little injector, I think, and that had the results of producing, oh, I'm sorry, you didn't want to get picked up? Well, too late. That produced a very thick white smoke at exhaust temperatures. It's a puppy. Say hello, puppy. Say hi. Say hi. She smells good. We gave her a bath with a slightly scented shampoo, and yeah, dog smells much better. You smell good, puppy. Oh, she's gonna like go to sleep. Look at this. She's very tired. Are you tired, bubby? You been sleeping all day? Now you're tired from sleeping all day? Yeah. It's good, girl. I know you don't want to be held. Oh, but I love my puppy. I love my puppy. I want to say hi. Can you tell me a secret? Oh, no, you're just gonna put your head down. Oh. Okay, thank you for the hug. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here you go. Wah! Good girl. Willow is a precious pup. Yes, she must be protected at all costs. But yeah, one of the road rallies dumped brake fluid into the exhaust and created a huge safety hazard because it was a thick white smoke that would bellow out the back. I don't think exhaust temperatures are quite as hot as soldering temperatures, so that was a bad idea. I'm glad we caught that one. What size SD card are you running Node-RED on? I think SD cards were very cheap at the time, so I think it's like a 32 gig. So there's way more space in there than I need. I bought a bunch of them because I knew I would need backups for Burn the Subs. Burn the Subs has that much space, and the database blew up. The database stores a lot of information. It's completely uncompressed, so it gets rather large, and it got too large for me to upload to GitHub. Bubblebutt, what are you doing over there? Why does she always go to that corner? There's nothing over there. I need to sweep the floors in here. Because this puppy has been wandering around. Kyle Wee! Wait, why was that all out of whack? That was supposed to be, what the hell? Kyle Wee, thank you so much for subbing. 31 months on just an equally enormous streak. That's awesome. Thank you so much. What else is being hidden away? Where are all my overlays? They should be there. Weird. I guess Streamlabs, I must have just clicked on it by accident. Well, that's now visible. Thank you so much for the sub. I think I'm out of stuff, and that makes it a little bit of a shorter stream. Well, it's nearly 4 hours, right? What if the brake fluid gang met the coal rollers on the road? The brake fluid gang would win, actually, because that stuff is more evil and persistent than coal rolling. Like diesel fumes are, I think, a little less dense, if I'm correct. I'm probably not right about that, but my remembering of this cloud, it was like a thick white cloud that would just propagate behind this Mercedes. I think it was probably more dangerous. I mean, brake fluid in and of itself is kind of like an angry type of chemical. If you put it in the with like an oxidizer, it can chew away at the oxidizer and, you know, make stuff happen. So you got to be careful with that stuff. It's nasty stuff. and I've got a ton of it sitting right behind me. Yeah, because I've been doing a lot with my brakes lately. I don't think there are bubbles in the system anymore, but I need to run codes on my car tomorrow, and then I need to work on a couple things around here. I'm gonna get ready for next stream. We're gonna either work, well, we're gonna work on the lighting for the power supply. We gotta get that done. It's been way too long with that stuff. I got one more print that I gotta do on that, finish that, get that done, figure out how the hell I'm gonna mount this. Doesn't matter at this point, just get it done. Get it done, get it done, get it done, and we'll finish the power supply as soon as possible, hopefully this week. We can then move on to finishing up the control panel, the physical stuff. We can move to wiring, which will require me to do the camera setup all the way over there. I can move the brewing table back and sit on it, and then we can sit there and wire stuff up. And then we need to work on the cooling, sending the cooling all the way out to the laser. This week we might do bending of the tubes so that I have a nice tight bend around the laser with a little 1/4-inch tube that we can pump water through. That's why we got such a powerful pump. We're getting there. If we can get the hardware done on the board, I can get water flowing to the laser. I can get all of my mechanical stuff mounted. I can hook up all the motors and the gantry and the laser driver board. We've designed a new cart for it. We've got basically very similar to the previous setup, but with tweaks everywhere. We will be able to get Burn the Subs working sooner rather than later. The software component is also going to take us a little bit of time too. I'll have to remind myself how to program Python, but we'll get it running as soon as possible. Thank you guys for joining me today. I didn't mean for this to be a Node-RED day, but we needed a refresher on it anyway. And I guess I will be back on Thursday. In the meantime, you guys saw some of the names in here, like Martin Sutton, Last Miles, Flatulent Gonad. There are some others, and if I don't list you guys, like, let me know. These people are streaming, and they have somewhat similar content, if not cooler content than me. They probably mostly have cooler content than me. And you guys should check them out. I've been lurking. Yeah, I see people do that too. But yeah, thanks for the lurkers, especially the people watching the VODs. You guys are very important to me. The subs are more important, and I love them more than you. You should just know that. But thank you, everybody. And I will be back on Thursday. Go check out some of the other streamers that I've been mentioning. There's some in the stream shout out section. I'd love to see you guys shout out your stream or somebody else's stream in the shout out section. I'll be on the Discord. Here's the end card. And I'm done. Yeah, the first time chat. Good night. Yes, good night to you too as well. DE, that's definitely a German name. All right, I will catch you guys on Thursday. We're going to work on more of the same. Hopefully I'll get a chance to clean up, but you guys have summoned her. Do another one. She ran down. I just heard her run down the stairs. What are you doing? What was that noise? What was that? Was that a fart noise? You gotta wait for the stream delay so that people know. What was that noise? Hello? What was that? What was that noise? What the heck was that? Oh my, Willow, help! Oh no! Hello? What was that? What was that noise? What did that? What was that? What the heck was that? What was that? Hello? Hello? Hi. Usually that triggers her to start barking. Okay, bye. Yeah, Willow, leave. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. All right. I'll catch you guys later.